What's up, everyone? Hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. Yeah, we're gonna flame Darian tonight. I've wanted to watch some of his VAD matches for a while now. He kept getting streamed though, so I kept putting it off. And then, I thought I had a good window, and then he was getting streamed anyway. I checked the master sheet last night, said, oh, Lions aren't being streamed? Oh, wait, now they are. It feels bad to be stepping on main broadcast's toes a little bit, but at the same time, I'm gonna kind of ease my conscience by saying, follow Victorious GG on Twitch. They are the ones running the league. Now I am legally in the clear to do whatever I want. Yeah, 2 of these games are off stream, so we're gonna have basically a co-stream for one. How's scouting going? Yeah, look, my brain is fried today. I don't know why I'm on stream, to be honest. Things are a little out of whack. We're gonna take this very casually. Just kind of absorb whatever we can. The narrative the casters are really pushing a narrative that Darian is the best player in the league. Yeah, no. That's a job for tomorrow me. It'll only take me an hour tops. We could really have some music still going, actually. There we go. So, here's the deal. Our good friend Darian gets off work at the exact same time as the start of VAD. Just send the link whenever you can. So he has to sprint home, sit down, start their series 5 minutes late. We're basically just waiting on him to arrive and to send me a draft link. We're gonna spectate the draft. Okay, I've only played in a draft league for 1 season or 1 split ever. I know drafts in draft leagues from that experience are a little bit scuffed. So it'll just be kind of fun to watch what's happening. I watched the Victorious broadcast last week, and everybody is picking Braum, just blind, for no reason. Or just in the most inappropriate spots possible. And I'm like, what experience have you had that gave you the impression that this is an okay thing to do? Just blind Braum. Because I remember this one time, I was filling in for a scrim. Somebody blinded Braum against me. And I'm like, yeah, I am the worst player to pick Braum into, blind. I'm going to pick the most nonsense bullshit just to make sure you have a bad lane. I picked Karthus that game. Karthus. Yeah, that was fun. That was a good time. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Oh, do we have one? Do we have one? Oh! Oh! We have a link? Let's go! Okay. Perfect. I'm so sad. No, my mages are solid. I just need to get better at some of them. But Talia. Oh, poor Talia. She does not feel playable as a support after the rework and the nerfs. I still have Karthus. I still need to test out Nico because I'm hearing good things about her. She's part of my new Callista quadrinity. My theory about my new theory about the Callista discourse. Some people are saying oh, Callista is either the best champion in the game or she's useless. It's okay, well, what does Callista do, right? Callista guarantees the first 2 Drake and probably Herald as well. Callista's early game is very strong, but then she just will never carry the game, right? How do we solve that problem? What if we put her, we know she likes melee supports. What if we put her next to, Rumble, or Nico, or Swain, or Silas? I've got to move. Oh, perfect. So it looks like the draft is underway. I don't know who's on Dragons. I don't know who's on Lions. I'm just watching the draft link. I personally have a gut feeling that I haven't tested yet that Rumble is one of Callista's best supports. And I really just need to verify that at some point. Okay, dragons are going... Like, everyone's going very fast through the bans. Belveth is banned. Okay. So apparently she's enabled, and people consider her worth banning. Behind me, there is a Singed ban, an Aatrox ban, and a Kale ban, which you can't quite see. So, in my experience in these types of leagues, the bans ended up being really targeted at specific players. Is my music too loud? She's not enabled. Okay, so what the fuck are we banning her for? Just disable her. Yeah, so Kale's getting banned because... Oh, Jesus Christ, they're just slamming everything. Kale is very strong. On 12-10, when the game was... It was really, really difficult to dive. Uncoordinated teams would be basically unable to punish her. Okay, this draft is already going in a really wild direction. We're just slamming Swain. There's a Volibear all of a sudden. Which is a little bit interesting. I guess they could be flexing any of those. Swain is 100% going to Darian. So I want to see what they end up... Like, what dragons end up doing. Because when I'm looking at, like, a gold draft league, it absolutely... You know, like, the concept of putting people on, like, a siege or a long-range front-to-back does kind of scare me. Oh, you lost a band. What's up, Darian? Oh, and we have to watch the games on a 3-minute delay because of spectate view. That's based. That's honestly a based pick. But what are we gonna do with the... Okay, so dragons are about to have... Oh my god, I just realized I'm spectating dragons. This name is tainted. This name is tainted for me. I sleep at night, and I just wake up in a cold sweat thinking about dragons. Now, I don't actually know how the Udyr Volibear matchup goes, but I do know that Udyr is able to control... Cassiopeia is the Swain answer. Now, see, I don't love that. Because she's just going to have to spend her entire game in, like, Swain's effective ult range. If she actually wants to DPS something. Now, it does solve, like... you know, dragons aren't going to be, like, 100% lacking in damage now. Especially, oh my god, don't pick fucking Sivir. No, don't pick Sivir. You pick anything useful and take cleanse. Ah! Okay. Okay, to give Lions some credit, the Sivir ult is at least very appealing for Volibear and for Swain to have. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, then Sivir is not the most useless champion you can have here. Because she has one button that's kind of nice to press. But, like... You've picked a champion to be an E and an R button. And DPS is just going to be, like, uncomfortably complicated. Udyr has such easy access to you. Ashe outranges you to such a ridiculous degree. Cassiopeia has nothing meaningful to spell shield beyond the ultimate, but... I mean, then you're just exposed to the other ultimates, right? So I'm curious to see where they go from here. I suspect the draft is in parity right now. I don't expect, like, a top lane Volibear flex right now, although it could happen. If it does happen, then Lions are going to need to draft, like, a pretty heavy physical jungle, because otherwise it's going to be like a Riftmaker Volibear if you want to make top lane volley work. And here we are banning Braum again. Like, just... Okay. So Lions at least know how to support the Sivir in their drafts, which is kind of nice. It's still a Sivir, and I really cannot vibe with that. So dragons are going to need to find a blind top laner. I mean, they're kind of just committed to a death ball, aren't they? Cassiopeia operating at a range that is comfortable for her, albeit one that is in Swain's effective healing range. Udyr... I mean, Udyr does seem kind of... Nami! The idea is okay. You're picking a damage supplement. Okay, yeah, fucking dragons do no damage now. They're just... Congratulations on building Force of Nature, Swain. Just received this free MR gift for you. Everything... Okay, they did pick non-tenacity affected CC on their last few rotations. They're taking a Mordecai... Okay. Just remove a player. We're drinking at these drafts, guys. Okay. I don't necessarily have a problem with Dragons first picking Ashe as long as they have the means to back it up. Because, like, Ashe isn't... Ashe is fine to be blind picked. You know, she's stable, she's safe. I can't think of a matchup that's, like, immediately damning for her. It's really whether the comp around her takes advantage of what she brings to the table. Because you can't look at Ashe and say, yeah, this champ's doing damage. Eventually she will, but if you're drafting her to be your damage, then you're lacking damage. Oh my god, it's so much magic damage on both sides. It's just so much magic damage. Lions are relying entirely on their Sivir DPS, but chances are... Like, if Sivir goes crit, I'm going to be genuinely surprised. If she does, it's probably better for their damage spread, but it's going to be really difficult for her to DPS. So she's probably going lethality, which means there's very little she can do to contribute to damage here. So then you have the mostly magical Volibear, Swain, Mordekaiser as your solo lanes, Karma support, like contributing more damage. Oh my goodness. These are some scuffed ass drafts. Cause like there are so many things. What would ruin Ornn's day? Can you justify a Fiora Ornn? Well, I don't know what these players play is the thing. Okay, so I think I'm mentally too locked into, like, one idea of Udyr right now, which is just him as, like, the counter-engage sort of movement punisher. But in reality, like, Udyr can just kind of run up and slap someone, too. But is there anyone appealing for him to slap in this game? Is there really anyone? Depends on his R damage, I guess. Okay. So, that's the draft. I can't spectate in Champ Select yet. I'm just gonna have to wait for that. What do you guys think? Any interesting takes? Here, I'll show the draft again. Nami gives you the range you need to bully Sivir, but like... Okay, is it still broken? It's not. Like... Surely if you were looking for a damage supplement, something that can actually perform well into Karma, you would prefer to... You would prefer to run, like, I don't know, Ashe Zyra? Ashe Zyra could control the Swain Volibear much more effectively than, like... If you're looking for the disengage and the damage, I really think Zyra just has a better lane phase in this context, and a better synergy. If you wanted to go, like, all in... She wouldn't control Sivir as effectively. Who is who? Darian is on Lions. He's going to be playing Swain this game. Like, it's just... It's no damage. It's actually 0 damage. Oh, we're still in Champ Select there. Because Udyr's doing magic damage too. Oh. And to think, so much of this could have been avoided by just not locking in Sivir. It's actually Cassiopeia's death sound. Yeah, it is. It's Deathfire Grasp. Like, just look at all of the champions in this list who you could pick on R3 who would actually do damage. Like, you see Okay, so Cassiopeia doesn't like to be outranged, right? I think they kind of just tunneled on... I mean, how do you support a Swain picked this early in the rotation before the enemy needs to move in? See the champ select. And if you see an enemy neutralizer, like Ashe, you could just pick scaling. Like, I don't want to say Varus, but I kind of want to say Varus. The reason I would say Varus is because having watched Lions, I know their AD carry plays Varus. They banned Lulu Braum. That does leave, like, another defensive support up. I mean, you could have a Renata. You could have a Thresh. You could have a Zillion. I don't really know what their support plays, though. That's the thing. These draft leagues, like, they push you so far away from optimal draft theory because everyone just kind of plays what they can play, and you have to cobble together a comp from that. But then, like... I don't think Kate really... I mean, I don't think Lions win the game when they invest heavily into their bot lane. Which is no shade intended, but... It's... On top of that, Caitlyn does not translate her leads to wins nearly as effectively right now. Yeah, these are live games. We're just waiting for it to start. Okay, it's starting. Beautiful. We still have to wait for a spectator delay, but that's all well and good. Yeah, so what's happening here, guys? Just to give you the rundown, just so everybody knows, in case you're not super tuned into the amateur scene. This is a Victoris GG league. This is what is it called? Victoris Amateur Draft. This is a gold-capped draft league, so everybody signs up as an individual, and then they get drafted to teams at the beginning of the season. And this is, I think, week 6, and I want to say that the Lions, who we're watching tonight, are in the middle of the pack. I think they're, like, middle of standings. Yeah, actually, I can show you right now. It's... Lions are 8 and 7 right now. So, you know. Oh my god! Wait! Oh no! What happened here? Oh no! Oh no! These poor Scorpions. Look. All I'm saying, okay? The Scorpions' record is better than what mine was when I was in VRD. Yeah, there aren't a lot of draft leagues around, but they're a little scuffed. They're... You should. I think you should. Well, next year, I mean, okay. Ben, are you still here? Ben's an executive for Victoris. Your next split starts in, like, August, right? Okay, we're gonna turn off the music now. Let's see how they perform. I still think, like, everybody and their mother should stack Magic Resist forever. You might be using the rest of it. That's fair. I graduated recently, and I'm discovering, like, holy shit, I'm not in good shape. I need to just recover. Yeah, it's Lethality Sivir. Oh, yeah, guys. Get ready for Darian's support's lovely summoner name. It's certainly something. Yeah, that's certainly a summoner name. Woo! I'm trying to get myself more involved with, like, some of the amateur community so I actually know people. And enough people in Victorious like me that I figure, yeah, fuck it, we'll make content. We'll make Victorious content. So we're going to see. I think this game just gets blown open by whoever's lanes collapse first. Oh yeah, this has been... Spectator view has been, like, garbage lately for some reason. It's getting buggier and buggier. I'm glad you have a coach who can actually spend time on you, like, consistently. So, I don't know, do you guys want to turn on Fog of War? Should we turn on Fog of War view for the Lions? Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Then at least I'm doing something, like, noticeably different from the main broadcast, right? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We're watching specifically the Lions POV. So, yeah, I had a friend, like, earlier today send me some replays to watch. I spent, like, 30 minutes on them. It crashed 4 times. This is just a kill. Okay. Sure. Sure. That's the thing. Darian's on Conqueror. And, yeah, Conqueror, Green Tree. He's probably going Mandate Rylai's. He's been a big fan of that one for a while. I'm not, like, super in tune with why that happens to be strong on Swain right now. Easy. Oh my fucking god, we just... Walking straight into a trap laid by the dragons. Oh, does Sivir have Treasure Hunter? She does! Yeah, so that's quite a bit of gold to her. This game's gonna be chaos, isn't it? Top lane, like, both top laners are about to lose XP, I suspect. Are they? I actually really want to know. Oh! He didn't get it. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so top lane's gonna be a bit wonky for the time being. Volibear's starting a full clear. So what Starling should do then, if he's full clearing towards his top side, knowing full well that his camps are going to be gone, that means he's actually just pathing up for like a cheese gank onto the Ornn. Oh, is he a Moonstone fanatic now? He was trying that the other day. Okay, so if Darian doesn't die to this, this is okay. Oh, it's freezing. He's gonna die to it, 100%. They've traded flashes and the camera panned away, so he's actually like barely alive. I was gonna say, if Darian actually survives this without significant cost and like backs out properly, then that heavily favors him because Cassiopeia is completely In fact, I think he's going to try to pressure this anyway. Cassiopeia based, he's going to burn the TP. Just shove it, get it in. Get it in. If she TPs, you're fucked. Oh wait, her base is cancelled. And we're gonna have a pause. So, Mandate Swain. Is it basically just, is the premise basically just this is a champion you're going to be playing around, your jungler's always there because you have constant setup, your Demon Flare is reliably proccing it onto everybody. More reliably I mean, like... I can't argue with results until I understand the reasoning. But I struggle to see how Mandate, even with the Mandate Rylai's combo, would be a better purchase than just the full Liandry's or Moonstone. I went to try it immediately, that died. I haven't tested it yet. Yeah, you see, this always happens when there's a pause. Just the replay gets stalled up and fucky so it can maintain its delay. There we go. I'm gonna have to like actually have a conversation about that one because I'm a big Mandate fan when it's valid. Before the durability patch dropped, Mandate like just straight up did as much damage as Luden's as long as you had an ally to proc it. I would always go Mandate Lux, but the problem is like now that Pen is so much more important, Mandate actually does feel like it's lacking damage on a champion like Lux. Especially if you're solo AP. And so I'm actually becoming like a Luden's Lux enjoyer now. It's kind of depressing. I didn't actually catch exactly what Starling did, but it looks like he kind of just got caught off guard. Tried to invade. Having 20 camps, or 20 CS, that's 5 camps, which is... It sounds... I would assume he actually successfully got the Grom. So maybe Udyr, like, invaded here, ran over this way to defend his camps, ran this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, no, wait a minute. Volibear just got a crab and full cleared his own jungle. That's all. Never mind. So, since I've utterly failed to track Udyr, I don't actually know what lane is in danger right now. It seems like the Lions suspect that bot is in danger. Like, possibly Udyr is finishing his clear down here. But if Udyr is just giga power farming, then most likely he wants to take his base before making a play. Because he'll have Bomby Cinder. Actually bewildered that Nami was allowed to do that without any retaliation. Karma, 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 start hitting her. Start hitting the fish! Smack the fish! Trade! Your Volibear is wasting his time! Okay. So, kind of a slow early game so far. The only kill that's happened is, like, the cheese. Or, not the cheese. Oh, my God. Speaking of spectator bugs, do you see how we can't see Mordekaiser's passive? Because we have Red Fog of War on. Red Fog of War, like, deletes Trundle Pillar. It deletes Mord passive, apparently. That's a new one. Red Fog of War is just the least functional feature. This is awkward for Lion's bot lane. They're just kind of stuck in this, like, half freeze position. Like, I almost want to see them... I almost want to see them allow a crash to... Oh, okay. Well, they're not going to allow anything. Karma actually with some really good mantra usage. It was really sloppy. It very easily could have swung the other way, but well played to the bot lane. They're actually getting something out of here. So, wave pushing into them... Frankly, this is probably the best time for them to recall because Nami is going to flash WEU. Like, EW, rather. Blue Fog doesn't cause this, no. But bot lane just needs to accept the wave crashing into them, sacrifice this one wave so Nami doesn't kill them, get the best recall they can find. Solid items for Sivir. One thing that I've been noticing in my own gameplay lately is just, like, how cringe my recalls are. Like, I hemorrhage waves so consistently. I did it last night. I was playing an 80 carry game. Pressed a Q, Lucian Q, lost my lane immediately for it, because I had a dream recall, and I just fucked it, and then I died because of it. Got frozen on. Just really cringe. This fight kind of erupted out of nowhere after, like, Darian was safely out. They tried to use their numbers to their advantage, but the Volibear, like, really didn't do any damage to anybody. And, okay. That's not correct. Eyes a little bit bigger than your stomach. That is Darian Gaming. Best player in the league, by the way. Giving up all his Dark Seal stacks. I love the guy. I love the guy, but he does shit like this so often. He's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill someone. I'm gonna punish them for breathing. Like, it did really. It cost him his TP. It cost him his Dark Seal stacks. Like, it's. I get the feeling that this game is going to become very, very, very messy. So I'm not gonna like hold it against him too much. We're guaranteed to get a good soul. It's either Hextech or Mountain or Infernal. And Infernal soul, like, it's probably just average value on a team like this for Lions. How do you feel about the Swain rework? I like it a lot. I mean, as a support Swain player. Little unfortunate that the bot lane power got reduced, but I'll gladly trade that off in exchange for a more functional champion. It's not like support Swain was very good to begin with, right? Obviously very strong. I like the direction they took it in. Like, if he turns out to just be long-term too strong, whatever. There's the invisible Mordekaiser passive again. I do like that it revitalized his builds again. Like, people are trying Mandate again, people are playing Moonstone again, people are playing Everfrost and Leandries, and they all have various, like, degrees of success in situations where they look like the best. So that's honestly, like, the best part of the rework to me. The worst part, and the part that, if he receives nerfs, will be damning to him, is the fact that he's so soul-reliant. Like, if he does not constantly land hooks, which are not easy to land, a post-nerf Swain I can see being very, very squishy throughout the game. Here we go, still. The off-meta is fun. I mean, you're talking to the guy who's, like, grinding Wukong support for, like, one niche problem. I'm actually surprised the Mordekaiser did that much damage. Okay, so I've just been, like, barely paying attention to the game state right now, talking about random champions. Volibear has a completed mythic for some reason. Just a lot of skirmishing. Accelerated him a little bit. Udyr's efficiency is obviously much better. The champion clears like a maniac, and Starling's pathing has not given him the greatest ability to soak resources. Yeah, no, I'm concerned that Soul, like the way the Souls work right now, will eventually one day become a low elo binding for Swain. Wow, Sivir, so much damage. Wow. So I'm really curious to see, like Udyr's already on the right track. Udyr has early MR. Yeah, I'm worried that Swain's soul reliance without like high reliability of generating his souls is just going to make him so much better in low elo than high elo long term after he's nerfed. That we're just not like that he might fade away again, and I really hope that doesn't happen. Because the ult did, like the ult changed. This Swain, the best part about this Swain, the best part about this version of Swain is that he is new Swain, which is just a better, more interesting champion with a few more elements of pre-rework Swain. Which is, it's just nice to see. Okay, I'm curious to see what Karma's Mythic ends up being, because I really, really do not want to see a Shirelia's when you've gone out of your way to draft a Sivir. The problem is, like, Lions don't need more magic damage. A Mandate wouldn't help her at all. Oh, no! No! We've all been there at least once. And Sivir's committing! Sivir's committing! She's trading... She's just gonna give over her shutdown to trade for 1 kill. That's a disaster. So, there's no immediate objective for Dragons to take here, which is good for Lions. They're gonna... I mean, what is it, like 2-3 plates? There's no Drake up. There's a buff spawning, but not during their window to invade. They can't maintain control of the river, so they can't like keep hitting the turret. There's too many pinks. So it's like, looking at it from the perspective of a shutdown being an objective, Dragons are kind of happy with that. I'm just glad they can't get more. Yeah, it was just some hype gameplay. We're just getting a bit excited. I mean, we're in this awkward phase now where lane phase should be ending soon. No Drakes. Yeah, we're just skirmishing. skirmishing because it's an easy and fun thing to do. And frankly, what are their other options? No, Starling! No. Okay, well, if they're sending their numbers up here, and it looks like they... Am I blind? Like, what happened to the Herald? Who took it and where did it get placed? I was not paying attention. I wasn't paying attention at all. I'm a bad commentator. I'm not a real analyst. I'm not paying attention to anything. Fights just break out every 2 nanoseconds. Control left click, drag left. Blue got it and it went mid. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're in this awkward stalemate where there's no major objectives on the map. The only thing to play for are plates. Buff invades are difficult while we have like the tier 1 turrets standing. So you have to kind of work for it and generate the prio. There's no buff to invade right now because Lions already just found that random skirmish and killed everyone. Oh. I was pressing... Oh yeah, that's right. It looks like Lions are investing some time into second Herald. Yeah, so like spectator view is allergic to Herald. It really does not like showing you what Herald is being used for. Or who's doing it, or when it's being taken. Sivir should be able to clear this pretty easily. Sivir's an excellent siege breaker, or there's no real value to having both Nami and Ashe sitting here while Karma's actually doing something on the map. So they traded flashes here. They're actually getting something out of the Cassiopeia. This is finally going to crack the turrets, which is finally going to advance us to the next phase. Apparently we're TPing into the bot lane too. I mean, sure. Wait, guys, come on. Push the game forwards. No. Grab this. Use it to spill over into the jungle. Take the vision. Recall into the Hex Gates, into the Hex Tech Drake, spawning in 1 minute. There's no need to be fighting anything right now. We've gotten what we came for. The most valuable turret on the map is down, and its first turret, and it's invested into Swain. And we're using Herald in mid-tier 2. 50 seconds before Drake spawns. Ooh, I mean, may as well. I guess they don't see any further value from the Heralds, but like, what's the HP on this turret? Yeah, I mean, wouldn't we rather just have bot tier 1 down? Open up more of the bot quadrant, actually generate time for our allies to leave bot lane. Like I don't think the mid tier 2 doesn't do anything here. Either way, Lions should still be able to convert their advantage into a Drake pretty easily. Like, I don't care that it's not optimally played. The outcome is still fine. And they know that dragons are not contesting, and they're just trying to... It looks like they're just trying to trade into... No, Nami's backing off now. Nami's recalling. I don't really think they have a plan. Yeah, we can see... what do we even see Ashe on? Was she hitting a pink? So, at this stage, we have a very strong Swain, very strong Volibear, and Sivir can just plant her feet in the mid lane. So, I really want to see Lions, like, get their AD carry out of this position. This is an utterly bewildering thing to happen. Guys, say it with me. Sivir doesn't do damage. You don't get to DPS someone. You throw Qs, that's your job. Okay, so what they're actually going to do is... They're going to send their Mordekaiser into the bot lane. They're setting up to extend their vision line into top jungle. Which I seriously doubt they can take an early Baron with it, but they're just trying to close out the tier 1 turrets. There's no real need to fight over this, especially since like it's likely have a numbers disadvantage. So they do back out, hit the turrets. Unlikely to be flanked from this position, but oh, unless we're standing that close to the tri-bush. With no Swain ult, Karma at like 2 HP. I mean, I actually have to wonder if they would have just brute forced that one with their wallets, but there's no need. Oh yeah, and here's like the third spectator Fog of War bug. Did you guys know when Ornn was TPing there? Because visually, I didn't know. So what are they going to do now? 30 seconds until the Baron. Mordekaiser's fine. He's going to take somebody into the Death Realm. I mean, Sivir does not want to be here. I say fine. He probably trades, actually. Just, like, kills one, dies. Okay. So this sort of positioning and random aggression is, like, why, with absolutely no flame intended to Becky Rita, why I was saying earlier when we brought up Caitlyn that the Lions don't tend to draft or play around their bot lane. Because that's given over quite a bit of gold at this point. And we're tanking the turret for fun. And he hasn't noticed because he's watching the map. Yeah. I want to see somebody get an actual mid lane ward. But we don't have... Like, Lions don't have the bot push or the mid push to really support that. Or the top push. So they need to just get themselves onto the waves to extend that vision line to a safe spot that will set up for the Hextech Drake. Nami is way overcommitting onto a weird Swain pick, but if Nami is here, Ashe is seen, moving into the jungle. So we're just looking for Udyr, we're just looking for Cassiopeia. We haven't seen Cass in a while. Yeah. And I really don't like... Oh, Karma has no wards. No, Karma has no... Frostfang wards at all. She needs to get back to base immediately. It is Shirelia's, unfortunately. Volibear's building correctly. It's Murktred's Force of Nature. Swain, I really want to see a Force of Nature of his own, like unironically. There's the Fawn on Udyr. Here comes the Fawn on Ornn. Just count the Murktreads. Oh, low-key surprised that Karma doesn't have it at this point. Like, why she built Lucidity Boots instead. So as I was just watching everyone's builds, the map, like, they did push out the lanes here, so they're handling that pretty nicely. I actually wonder who's making the calls in this game. Oh, wait a minute. No. We could actually have some tech here. We could have some tech, because this might be an Ornn Abyssal Mask, which has been a garbage, unusable item for a very, very long time. And is finally now actually becoming a real option. Like, if any game calls for Abyssal Mask... I didn't think of that at all. If any game calls for Abyssal, it's actually this one. Where everybody and their mother does magic damage. And it's just a scuffed as fuck drop. Swain is running into no man's land here. He just thinks he's strong enough to solo kill whoever he wants. And he is. And he's going to run into the Udyr to extend the ultimate. Sivir's bringing everybody in. This is easily a Lions win for the team fight. Easily, yep. We now see pings onto the Baron. If they can bring their Sivir in through the Hex Gates, maybe. Mordekaiser and Swain are actually the DPS that they need for that. So they actually don't need their AD carry. And is that Udyr next to Nami? No, it's just Nami. So where's Udyr? Because I think that dragons should probably be desperate enough at this point to throw away their Udyr's life for the Baron. Because they're encountering significant wave clear problems now. And yeah, they're just pulling him through more at all. They get the Baron. Ornn has overcommitted. It's going to be a full winning team fight for Lions. Although it's really, really pointless to chase the Nami any further. Just take their jungle. Ah, nobody took the Grom. That's so sad. I want to see the gold. What is Swain saving up for here? And where is Cassiopeia? Like, I'm turning off... Okay, there she is, finally. It's not looking great for them. Just kind of blundered into the enemy. Swain's not here. Everyone's split off. It's effectively a 2v4 into the Volibear Mordekaiser. Oh! Yeah, that's some lovely AD carry positioning. No! We're sitting on the fattest stacks known to man. Lions have a double demonic embrace. Woo! Yeah, baby, let's double up on the burns. Poggers. He already had the Rylai's. That was second item. Be kind to your Mord. Come on. Okay, okay, nothing tilts me more than scuffed enchanter itemization, guys. I want to direct your attention to Karma right now. So Karma built an irrelevant Shurelius, and then said, you know what we need here? Putrefier. Putrefier is the, you know, that fucking Nami healing is too much for us to bear. We need Putrefier. Okay? Their comp is Ashe and magic damage dealers. So, just imagine this. This is a cool item, guys. New undiscovered tech. There's an item in this game called Mikhail's Crucible. Or it's Mikhail's Blessing now, but... And that item has broken stats and a really good effect. I think it might just be useful in this game. You think it's justifiable? Okay, is a 40% anti-heal investment really worth it for a Nami? I don't think so. Not when the other options are more immediately appealing and you're on a support budget and you are not guaranteed to get any further. Like, the fact that this Karma is on second 2 items already is shocking. Like you're a support player, you have 2 items, you're celebrating. Like, there's a reason that when Soraka gets to Redemption on second item, her win rate's like 62 or something like that. Cass heal, the amount of meaningful reduction you're getting is not enough to justify the price tag, in my opinion. I mean, if you really want to, if you really want to look at Ashe lifesteal, okay, like, if you want to build anti-heal for Turtle Stance and Ashe's Shield Bow, then that's your business. I can't stop you from doing that. But, like, just because they have healing doesn't mean the healing is worth reducing. So yeah, the current Grievous Wounds values are 25 on the component. Hold on, we actually have Lions trying to initiate, or Dragons trying to initiate something, and it looks pretty doomed. Unir's just sprinting at a guy who excels at counter engage. Oh my god, it's a Swain Penta. Fucking Sivir! This champion is... No! It's Ornn! It's Ornn's Spirit Visage! This chip! He built Spirit Visage for his Nami healing. No. No. You actually had a really good thing going for yourself. 40% anti-heal. It means like you're healing for 60% of its value. Thank God. Yeah, I can justify the Spirit Visage on Mord. I can understand that one. Still think Abyssal would be better this game, but that's fine. Well, it is a percentage reduction. It is flat percent. Yeah, okay. Swain is now on a Zanya's. He's finished a Medjai's. I don't know. I'll talk to Darian after this, but his demonic embrace. I just don't like his demonic embrace with the context of a Mordekaiser. I'm getting too caught up in the items though. I'm supposed to move away from items and champions and all of that and start focusing on like the actual macro strategy of the game because I've just grossly neglected that. And I spent this entire game talking about magic resist. I mean, another problem is like Ashe can't build Kraken. Ashe doesn't have the means to build Kraken in this game. She's not protected. Unless the Udyr alone is good enough. I honestly wouldn't even be scared if I were Darian. If I saw my Volibear behind me, like even a little bit, I think I'd just sprint in there. Isn't Demonic better on Swain though? So the only reason I don't like it here is just because if the Mordekaiser is already purchasing it and you do have valid alternate options, there's just wasted value here. Without the Mordekaiser present and without the fact that everybody is doing magic damage at the same time, what. Well, that should be the coach's jobs, honestly. Like, there should be some guy. I don't think it's an excuse for pro itemization here. Okay, hold on. What is the point I'm trying to make here? Let's see the actual value Swain is getting, right? Swain is getting quite a lot of ability power from the Demonic Embrace because he's just like he has so many soul fragment stacks, right? So this, like, as a raw stat stick, this item is pretty solid on Swain in this game. The problem is, yes, Mordekaiser is gaining like about the same amount of like raw stats from this, but Mordekaiser is more dependent on this burn than Swain is, I think. Don't quote me on that exactly. That's just the line of reasoning I'm going with for right now. And on top of that, since this was Mordekaiser's second item and Swain's third, Mordekaiser already had it completed, so Swain should know that the burn is redundant. It's not going to stack. Like, you can only have one Demonic Embrace burn on a person at a time. Also, if we believe that Swain, you know, from the state that he's in here, already does enough damage, and all you have to do is just infinitely out-sustain them, because they don't do the damage to kill you. That's why I would argue for Force of Nature here. I mean, yeah, I think Cosmic's an okay option. It's fine. I don't think there's a... You could probably justify Cosmic. This game's been over for a while. Okay, now who the fuck is this for? It must be just like a weirdo Mordekaiser thing that gives you armor for Sivir. Like, surely Anathema's is better though. I'm like, Ashe is pressured into a QSS too. That's a good point. I always do undervalue Spirit Visage a lot. He's probably one of the champions who vibes with it a lot. Yeah, game's just over. What was that? Did anyone see that? Huh? Okay, because we know the game is over, and because I think I have to wait for a bit longer, let's go back. Let's, like... Were there any key moments? Like, something I missed? Ah, maybe not. Fuck it. We're done. Wow, that, certainly was a game. I mean, so where were the dragons in the the dragons were, like, exactly even in the standings with the lions here. We should watch Sivir steal the penta again. That'd be pretty funny. No, guys, I don't get challenges. Oh, no. So, like, Nami didn't contribute any meaningful damage, which is what you want out of Nami. Spirit Visage, MR, everyone is MR. That's so funny. What is happening here? It just doesn't work. I'm so bad at this whole refocusing thing, guys. I get so caught up in like the weirdo itemization quirks. It's just like the hyper niche itemization things, the champion like draft theory, like that stuff is so interesting to me. I love it so much. I'm finding it so hard to pivot off of it to like actually focus on watching the goddamn game. It's frustrating. I'm gonna leave you guys like, actually no, I'm not gonna leave you looking at the draft. I'll come back, we'll talk about it again. We'll talk about like we'll see if things played out exactly how I predicted them to go. And we'll just wait to receive the next draft link. Wait for the next game. Actually, I've changed my mind, and I really, really, really hope I can get back in with a replay. Fuck. Ah, shit, I can't get back in. Let's see if I can gain access. Let's see if I can, like, sneak my way back in to... I want the replay file. Give it to me. But in the meantime, while we're waiting, I wanted to see that random ass, like, skirmish behind the dragon pit that the lions really snowballed off of. I wanted to watch that one again. I wanted to see exactly what happened, because it seemed like it was started over nothing. But, like, we all know at this point that I do tend to play way too slowly. So, who knows? Maybe it's the right call. So, do I have my OneNote up? Oh, I don't know what's... Okay, apparently I have the Yumi page up right here. What do I have on Swain right now? I don't have, like, an updated power. I mean, we all know Swain is really good. Yeah, all of these mean... These all need to be updated. This is all pre-rework Swain here. So I need to change that. So, I'm curious about something. How are people drafting Swain right now? Because in my head, picking Swain as early as Darian did is just really, really bold. But then again, it could just be one of those things where it's like, you know, we have a Swain player. Swain is good. It's a draft league. Just fucking pick it. Whatever. Like, people will make mistakes. No, that was a different fight. That was a different fight that I'm talking about. There was one where there were no objectives up, where, like, dragons just randomly found kills, and it snowballed into the mid turret, which then later snowballed into a dragon. Oh, no, I don't need, like, actual match history. I need pick history. Because we're going to look at, like, because Swain is, like, entirely a second rotation champion. Or it's like, yeah, R3. There's one team here who actually, like, B3'd it. It was into something that's already very, very committal, right? You see the Wukong, you see the Ornn, you know they're moving forwards guaranteed, so you slam the Swain. Other than that, look, like, Swains are all late. Never first picked Swain. We all know Swain is excellent, but he's not first picked. Did I have him listed as a response champion here? I didn't have him listed here at all in my priority classes. Jesus, somebody here really thought Kale was broken. It's possible that Swain is a flex. Okay, assuming for a moment... Oh, I need to check to see if this is the draft link.
The era of metal has begun.
They have the Prophecy in their Creator Safe playlist? Who wants this on their stream? I've been given the replay file. Perfect. Well, here's the thing. Oh, what is happening with my... Oh, it's not supposed to... Oh, no. This new water bottle has, like, some weirdo things going on. Okay. So, let's investigate the idea that Swain is a flex pick and therefore can be early picked. The question then is he a true flex? Because if you have a champion that is counter pick only, then you can't consider them like a true flex. Because let's consider it's not a very good example anymore because he does have more winning matchups now that, or he does have more value in general now that he's able to jump over walls. But like, let's consider Wukong for a second, where Wukong top lane is very limited by his matchup spread, in theory. Whereas Wukong in jungle is just a blind pick. And he could encounter a Lilia or a Karthus or an AP jungler in general, but like it's still much more playable than some of the bad matchups top lane. So Wukong would not be a true flex, because if you pick Wukong, then he is your jungler. Until on reaction, you can say like, oh, sick, they've given us a good Wukong top angle, we can flex it. Like you can't plan from the beginning to freely flex the Wukong around. Because you're still bound by whatever the enemy is going to lock in later. So let's consider, like, yeah, Swain, top lane, mid lane, support, AD carry. 4 potential roles. Is he blind pickable in any of them? Because I would argue, assuming that Swain has not fundamentally changed as a support with the changes, then you can just counterpick him with enchanters. And then he feels useless as the game goes on if he's in that situation where he can't generate kills. So he would have to be a counterpick support. Okay, what about Swain AD carry? That one I don't actually know. That one could actually have some potential if you're willing to pair him with like an engaged support. Or any sort of catch. That one I don't have the expertise to comment on. Mid lane, I am so sure that you can just... Wait, hang on. I'm less sure now. I think I've changed my mind about what Swain is. When does he get blind picked? He's blind picked here. He's blind picked here. Wait, yeah. I mean, it's by CB LOL, right? Yeah. He is very late picked as a top laner, as a gangplank cancer. Like, I guarantee you Swain in the top lane is super matchup dependent. Swain before could just get run down before his durability comes online. That's not something I was thinking about when I talked about mid lane. My knowledge is so scattered. I need to write this shit down. That's what the bullet overview is for. So the point that I have blundered myself into is that I think Swain is a developed class champion, where you can technically blind pick him in a number of roles, but only if the comp looks good for him. Because I do strongly suspect that if you pick Swain too early and the comp doesn't move into him, then he'll struggle. And I also suspect that if Swain gets like, yeah, if Swain gets like really, really outranged. His hook, is his hook like 1100 still? God, I hate having to come up with these in real time. I feel so much pressure. No, it's 850 actually. It was never close to 1100. But you know, as far as mage abilities go, like this isn't super long ranged. It's not short ranged, but it's not long ranged either. Maybe you can justify it. I think Swain is developed class. I think just seeing an Ashe alone is not enough to put a Swain in your comp. Without, like, unironically, this support. God, I hate Sivir so much. I hate her so much right now. But if she was a better champion, this actually is a good spot for her. Like, within her own comp. Like, into the enemy comp, hell no. But within her own comp. I don't want this. Okay. Gonna go ahead and get the replay file back. I want to watch this game. I think we have to wait for... She's next up. Yeah, Sivir's the next mid-scope, which I'm really excited about. Okay, so what I was looking for... Well, I don't think Asol is on the same schedule as, like, the mid-scopes at all. Because he's getting, like, a full rework. Okay, it was this. It's like, what the hell... No, was it? Was it this? Well, there's a lot of random kills here, so we may as well see. Yeah, because what's up? This turret is up, there are plates. This turret is up, there are plates. There's no major objective here, no major objective here. We want to break the turrets to end the lane phase. So we can actually progress this game forwards, because the Lions do have, like, a meaningful advantage, and they want to press it. And this looks to me like an excursion for shallow vision. Except the vision is not being placed, because that's kind of deep, and that's kind of committal. Okay, so really what happened here is the Karma just, like, went really fucking deep for vision. Udyr happened to be behind them, and we didn't know for some reason, and the fight just fully broke out. It's just, yeah, it was just... It was a weird circumstance. Because I guarantee, like... Did Udyr hexgate it? No, he just kind of ran. He ran because they finished this. Would they have seen him? They actually would not have seen him. Because there's this entire dark corridor, so Udyr's going to get in. This pink accomplishes nothing. And then because Karma happens to walk here behind the Udyr, yeah, this was circumstance. Which, thank goodness they were strong enough to win. You know, I don't blame the Karma for not realizing that Udyr could be behind them. Because, like, this vision line is deceptive, right? You see this many pinks, you see this here, it's like, how could they possibly have gotten in here? Because you can't rule out the idea that, you know, he just went into his lane and recalled, and that's why you didn't see him. And Udyr just... They played it well with the Blast Cone. And then they'll obviously... Yeah, okay. Not much to take from that one, then. I was just curious. Oh, I have a message. Is this draft? It is! We're going on to game 2, everyone! Oh, they've even started draft already. Okay. What is going on here? We have the Eagles versus the Lions. Lions on red side again. Cool. They're banning Swain. The Darwin Theory Swain is becoming kind of notorious in the league. The casters push it every single time. Like, good old Gurf is constantly talking about Swain like that. Lions are going for a meta 80 carry ban strategy. Senna is gone. Zeri is gone. I'm not sure that gold draft teams can take advantage of Lucian the way that you would want to, so I don't know if they ban that one. Okay, Volibear is what they end up banning. I'm definitely looking at Eagles to pick Wukong here, given that they have taken out the Lilia. You're not allowed to pick that. Nor would you want to. They're just hovering it as a joke. So they're actually valuing Viego more highly here, which is interesting. No, Darian, don't fucking do it. Oh, we have a chaotic game coming. Oh, no. This is going to be a mess. Oh, they're just fucking blind picking Kale, too. Because they don't think anyone can successfully dive them. And it fucks the Viego. Oh, but we're really using a Singed to gank for a Kale, are we? Like... Okay. Lions do not draft full AP challenge. Impossible difficulty. Let's see if they can avoid it. You did not just pick Ornn into Kale! You don't do that! You don't do that! Eagles lost. They actually lost already. No! That is one of the most egregious draft blunders I've seen. Like, I've seen blind Ornn. Right? I've seen blind Braum throughout the league here. You don't do that! Even Darian's sending me messages on Discord about how fucking troll that is. And it's Ornn mid. It's actually Ornn mid. Never mind. No. These guys are Astro Brain for some... Like... So they're running Ornn mid. So immediately Lions are like, okay, I'm banning Veigar. Because you can't pick the Veigar here. Vayne for some reason. Okay. If the Eagles 80 carry can pick Veigar, it is the optimal partner for Viego here while you need a bot lane mage. I guess you could justifiably like look for a Kog'Maw, but then things get kind of scuffed. Like, I would prefer for the comp to be built to support the Viego if you're running Viego in your comp. Like, you have the lockdown, you have the burst with Gangplank. It's not all single target burst oriented. Yeah, I'm sure Lions want Seraphine with this much magic damage. I mean, I don't blame him. Ornn is good. Ezreal, man. Okay, I mean, I guess you could consider, like, the fact that Eagles might go for a support mage. Oh yeah, that's the top. That Feathers and Fur is the top laner. I've heard his name around a lot. They're banning not. Okay, so they're just trying to ban setup for the Singed. And this has to be support counterpick in this draft. It's a fucking Karma, okay? That's honestly grossly inappropriate for the draft here. Yeah, no, Victorious doesn't like it when you get out of draft order. You still can do it. Like, they can send him mid. It is allowed. Like, that's one of the few that is allowed, like your solo laner swapping around mid-game. Okay, so Eagles actually are picking what I think is probably one of the better picks, but they do have to blind pick it into the bot lane. And... what would I pick here? What would possibly weather the storm of the... Nami again. People really like their Nami into Karma in this league. So I don't think that Lions have any meaningful way to outrange Veigar here. Ezreal would be solid. I don't like the Varus without like a ton of support. Sure, Kale backs him up, but Karma's not ever picking fucking Sivir again. Okay. Did this... Okay. But how free would it be to just... If you're going to give your AD carry counter pick, how free would Misfortune be here? Just, like, you swap out your support with something that actually sets up the Singed properly. They lock in Veigar because it's, like, the best thing for a mage in the bot lane to be paired with Viego, like, all that. You Misfortune. 3 points E. The Wukong combo and the Singed Fling to fuck up your entire ultimate, so it's it's a maybe, yeah. Okay, so this went in a very interesting direction. I find myself very bored with the Lions' second rotation. I just don't see what Karma meaningfully contributes to this particular team. And I just have quite a bit of disdain for Sivir right now. Not because there's anything wrong with the idea of Sivir. Singed to go zoom well enough on his own. Pick Zillion if you want to do that. Like, at least Zillion has setup. Karma's got the slow. Like, Karma's obviously not going to be useless this game. That'd be kind of foolish to claim. I just don't know why Lions didn't give their support counter pick. Maybe the pool's limited. Actually playing Singed. Frankly, I do think if your mid laner can play Ornn, then you can just blind pick Ornn and you don't have to be afraid of the Kayle. I saw this one team in LVP, I think, like one of the Spanish leagues. They blind picked Ornn, invited the Kayle counter pick, and then sent their Zeri top lane, Ornn mid, picked an AD carry response to their bot lane. Which was honestly, like, just gorgeous drafting. This is like an entirely separate tangent. Does anybody have any weird Senna partners they've been playing with lately? Like, has anybody been playing, like, Senna X lanes, where, like, the X is some nonsense? Just... Because I need to test a lot of things. My favorite lane is Senna Cho'Gath, to be honest. I'm playing in norms with it, like, just to get a feel for the pick, so obviously I'm getting, like, unreasonably fed, but... It's such a potent lane, Senna Cho'Gath. Like, anything good? Has anyone tried, like, I don't know, Senna Silas? Has anyone tried Senna... Senna Sejuani sounds pretty awful. Okay, I'm just gonna check to see if they're almost ready to actually get us into the game. Yep, spectator delay is on. So it's actually Ornn top, by the looks of it, unless the players choose to change lanes. Which they would be allowed to do, and they should do, or they lose. I'm really curious if Feathers and Fur can actually, like, if they swap him to mid, if he can actually, like, reliably predict exactly when Darian is going to fling and W it. Because then, like, the first time it happens, Darian's not going to expect it. You just press W. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I can't fling him. And then it becomes a mind game from then on out, and it's just messy. I really, really, really dislike that my first reaction on seeing Nami is like, oh, that's not a very good champion to pick. Because Nami was, like, in my core in my first 2 seasons of playing this game. Nami was, like, one of the champions I played religiously. I was such a Nami player. Like, you can go back Season 7, Season 8, Season 9, see, like, tons of Nami games on my account. And then I just stopped. Like, I'm just like, I'd rather play Senna, I'd rather play Karma, I'd rather play, like, any number of champions that can actually meaningfully pressure the lane against players who don't just let me trade for free. It's just uncomfortably hard for Nami to actually get her trading pattern off these days. Like, she's supposed to be a bully. She's supposed to win lane. That's the point of her. Just a really, really strong laning support, but she can't... She struggles to do anything proactively. Unless she's in, like, a perfect matchup, like Braum. That's so sad. I wonder if Nami might be eligible for mid-scope. Probably not, but... The support players haven't really gotten one yet. I like that they forgore the Lucian part of Lucian. Have you guys played Nami Brand yet? That lane is funny. Or Darian was fucking around with Pantheon Nami last night, which is just... I didn't want to be in those games anymore, but... They did get kills. Yeah, it really does. This fucker picked Fizz 80 carry last night because he's like, yeah, let's try a new Taric lane. I'm like, Darian, you stupid fuck. Your invulnerability invalidates my Taric tether. Like, it doesn't work. So we ended up playing Fizz Wukong bot lane. And we did not win the game. I should have just picked Senna, but I don't like picking my mains and norms, so. We're going back to red POV. I will not focus on itemization and draft. I will not focus on itemization and draft. I will not focus on itemization and draft.
30 seconds until minions.
Senna Wukong is great. Yeah, that's one of the better lanes. Senna Wukong is actually the reason I started testing Wukong support. They haven't found anything, but I feel like... So I got P3. I got P3 a while ago. Like a few days ago or something. Thank you. I need to play a lot more to actually keep promoting. I need to get back. Like my peak of Diamond 3 is when I was shit at the game. So now that I have a brain... Ooh, that's a good cancel. That's a good cancel. Veigar's actually late to lane now. Now that I have a brain... You know, getting beyond Diamond 3 should be feasible if I just keep myself practiced. They're actually sending Gangplank mid, and they actually thought it was a good idea to put Ornn top into Kale. Wow. We're going to be watching specifically Starling. It looks like this has happened again. Diamond ain't nothing. Thank you. Batter. Okay. I don't mind the vertical approach since Viego's already started it. It's about, yeah, because Wukong's gonna be pathing to Prio here. So actually, if they weren't absolutely certain that Viego was going to start on their red buff, I kind of hate Wukong starting bot lane. As played, it looks like it's just going to be a buff raptors, which... Is that enough? Is that 3? Yes, that's 3. That's high XP, low XP. Buff inner should be free, right? Barrow! So it looks like Wukong is actually going for the Krugs rather than the Raptors. So he's staying here for a while. He's committing to the vertical. Very kind of him to get his opponent's camps onto a fine cycle. That is... It's not a kill. Oh, it is a kill. His Flink came back up. No, Darian! It's a kill, but not onto the guy we wanted. Oh, you can't be serious about that outcome. No. Hey, fix the wave, buddy. Fix the wave. Oh, this is doomed. He oranged the ignite, yeah. Actually, are you allowed to do that? He oranged at some point. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. So, Wukong is pretty satisfied with his vertical right now. He's actually gained value from being there. He oranged late. He oranged like when he was standing around here. Like, he just didn't execute it very well. Karma's never scared here. Whoa! Whoa! There's no follow-up to that! Okay. So the game is rough. Wukong is pathing to his top side, although he shouldn't expect his Raptors to be up yet. Or his Krugs, rather. His Raptors are up. We can cheat. And we can know. Both flashes in the bot lane. That's kind of... Wait, they're up? Oh, they must have just spawned. So I guess Viego went the same path? Because those would only be up right now if Viego did... Oh, unless they're level 1. Are they behind my camera? They're level 1. Viego never took the Krugs. So this gives Wukong a... Oh, it's not a perfect clear down to bot lane here. Let's see if there's anything, like, nice to pivot into, because you don't want to gank for the Kale right now. There's nothing to do. You do want to gank for the GP, or for the Singed. This is a pin. Oh, you're lucky. Nami didn't immediately sprint up. I'm so shocked that rooted. Don't tank any more turret shots! Darian is a big fan of the turret. So then we give Wukong the wave here, and he gets... Actually, do we? Is there an easy way to come push back? This is just unnecessary. Like, we just hit the wave and get Wukong on his clear again. They actually chunked Viego low enough for Singed to get some of that farm. And so if Wukong actually skipped his Raptors here, then... I mean, how much gold does he have? So he's got a recall, and probably does not... Like if I were Wukong, I would not want an inversion right here. I do not want to path up to my kill. So it's probably just out of base, straight to the Raptors. Down here, set up for a Cloud Drake, syncing up with my bot lane's recall, because we are getting... to a pretty solid point. Actually, in fact, Wukong can path to his red and get that perfect. Yeah, so bot lane recalls. Lions should secure Drake here. And I think they're willing to trade it for the Herald. I don't like Wukong's clear. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he's booking it to the... That was a little odd. Like, Sivir's going to get the push, right? Sivir's going to have this crashed into her, and then is going to have to spend time pushing it back out. That's enough time to full clear down. And you need the bot lane's help, because this is by far the highest DPS Drake. So, I don't know, I think that's a mistake from Starling. This is so aggro without numbers. If you're going on a warding mission, it's a get in, get out kind of thing. So it looks like the Karma's going to barely survive. Sivir's still not moving. They're just going to disengage. Like, Sivir shouldn't move. The wave's pushing away from her. Now she could move if she really wanted to. But is that that's insanity potion popped. You know, stop missing logic, you challenge. Hey, it's hard. It's a hard skill shot to land. It's really small. Let's try not to make fun of the players too much. I know I know the title is like a joke, like we're flaming everybody, but that's not my intention here. I just want to like watch the game and see if I can give some tips to Darian to help him out. This is so fucked. This was the freest Claude Drake sequence, and now, yeah, okay, Becky Rita really likes to trade. That doesn't work. In this case, it's actually working out really well for him. Starling's cleaning up. Oh, Starling's diving. Oh, okay, we're dead. So it looks like... I wonder if this is a trend. Alright, gold players. Are there any of you who play competitive? Any gold players in chat who play competitive? Because I want to know if this just happens all the time. Like, do people just dive to close out kills for no reason that they have no business getting? It's a shame. Oh! Random kill onto the bot lane. Looked like, yeah, he predated. He's predating. They're starting the Drake with a known numbers disadvantage. Singed, I mean, Singed's wave is... Singed could actually move here. Singed would actually be happy with that, with his wave. And he's going to, and they're going to kill everyone. Or at least two. So now they have this barrel triangle for some reason. Wukong can't tank this alone. It's a Cloud Drake. You guys need to save him from the DPS here. Yeah, you see the smite timer? He had to early smite for that. He was just really confident that Veigar W wouldn't do anything. Huge swing for Lions. So then it would be expected that with their scaling, with their matchups, they should win the game from this position. Wukong ended up on an inversion now. So, I mean, I think he should just... Sunder is 400 from this point, right? I don't even think he should be clearing anything. I think he should just base for his item so he can get back on the map, pressure as fast as possible. And if he wants to clear something, he should base now. Beautiful, okay. Viego's here, and yeah, see, this is the consequence of Wukong farming those two camps. He cannot respond to this. It's not possible. And if he was able to respond to this, then I do believe they're just actually stronger. This isn't the angle you wanted to run to. Is this an execute? Red Smite doesn't count! It does no damage! Oh my god. I didn't know that, actually. So they're pathing away from the Herald now. I think they're conceding that. If they trade Herald for Tier 1 turret, is that worth it? First Herald for Tier 1. Tier 1 side. If it was Tier 1 mid, maybe, but Tier 1 side. Is ending lane phase even that good for Singed? Like, doesn't he want to just farm more kills? Prolong the lane phase? So the Herald did, as expected, go over to Viego, based on how that was played. Wukong doesn't really have any angles here, so Lions should just be playing Herald defense, and if they can mount a successful Herald defense, then they're right back in the driver's seat. I would have wanted them far, like, if Nami weren't able to rotate up, then I would have wanted them to actually fight that. Okay, this should be... There's no flash, that's a kill. Oh, okay, it's a miss, unfortunately, so they do have to flash into it. That's 2 kills. Just out of nowhere. So, I really wish Wukong hadn't... What did he base for? What did he just base for? Because isn't there a universe where they contest that spawning red buff? Or do they not have the timer on it? I can't remember if I have the timer because I have like cheat mode with spectator view. Or if they can actually see that. It's kind of an important detail. Gangplank is a tier. Gangplank's on Sunder or Monogune. Nope, builds can't matter. Builds can't matter. We're not focusing on builds. We're not looking at the items. That's not the point of today. Okay. Alfari. Let's put a sticky note. That's a good idea. We're finding a spontaneous bot gank that is going to kill Veigar. Oh, his flash just came up. Look at the timer. It's up in like 2. No. The Veigar also has a tier. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Wait, hold on. It's a funny mantra E. So I would recall my Singed immediately, cash in my Sivir's lead, lane phase is over, send her straight mid to regain control of the mid lane. They're going to take Dragon, like, not immediately on spawn. This is technically too late to recall for an immediate Drake contest. However, Singed is not useful here. So it looks like they would actually prefer to just have Sivir there on spawn and go for it immediately, especially now that they've chased Viego to the top side. So they're going to get this Drake too. Now, African Rhino does have to watch out because with no GP presence, like, there is a universe in which the Kayle gets dove here as a counterplay on, like, the cross map, but don't think that's a little... Yeah, it looks like they're not going to do it. Gorgeous roots. Really good presence of mind. Like, they're actually tracking flashes. If Karma did that, they're actually tracking flashes. Monster Q went wide, but I can forgive that. Well, what's the alternative for Singed here? I mean that genuinely. I don't have Singed expertise. Okay, so here's the Herald defense we were talking about, but the Herald was placed so goddamn late that, like, it doesn't matter. There's no plates to take. It would suck if they lost their tier 1 mid because it is the most valuable structure on the map, but they're chasing a kill instead of defending their turret. It's actually safe. Like, it's safe. Okay. In that case, because I didn't check the health before Herald slammed, in that case, that's the best thing they could do. Because they had the kill and the turret defense instead of just one. Riftmaker demonic. Yeah. But if the argument is that Veigar is going to cage you, then he's not exactly in poison range to heal off of, is he? Plus, I don't think our Singed needs to be, like, heavily damage focused. Because we have the Kayle to pick up the slack there. Like, this can be a support. So lane phase has formally ended. We now have Sivir infinitely wave clearing in the mid lane, and it would be beautiful for Alliance to secure that tier 1 mid. However, I don't think it's realistic to get it with what they have. So I'm actually concerned that Sivir is hitting this without leaning bot, because Viego could easily just pop out of right here. He's like the boogeyman, gonna flash you. He came from the side that they had warded, so they're going to be okay at like minimal investment. Sivir flash sucks to burn. Oh no, this is not what we wanted to happen. That's a big shutdown. Oh no, guys. No. Okay, they are so far ahead that that catastrophic throw might not end the game, but...
Rampage.
Oh, that's a lot of shutdown gold. But you guys saw how I said, like, before that even happened, I'm like, their comp isn't very good at sieging mid-tier 1. Like, that's not the objective. In fact, I would prefer for them to just perpetually shove-lock Veigar and play for buffs. Like, play for enemy buffs. Get yourself into a fight that Veigar can't contribute to because he's under turret, or even, like, I guess it was GP in that case, huh? No, it wasn't. It wasn't GP in that case. I just got confused as to where Veigar was when Singed killed him. After Singed killed him, I should say. Okay, take 2. You know, I've just remembered how broken Hecarim is in low elo leagues. It's like, the more move speed you have, the more free your win. The Singed Sivir's like the same thing, actually. People just get caught off guard by people running at their faces really fast. Okay, is this Kayle getting fed? It's not, unfortunately. Kayle flash for an assist. Oh, we're flashing for a Nami! Woo! Woohoo! This translates to a lot. Woo! No, I can see the argument that it actually translates into Dragon because it's spawning in 40. My bestest friend. What's going on? True. Yeah. No, Singed is mad slept on. He was on my watch list for 12-10. Before the patch dropped, I said Singed is on my watch list. I think he's reasonably good, even just as a conventional top laner. Like, he's, by reasonably good, I mean, like, you know, he's okay. There's nothing wrong with him. Obviously not a top tier pick up there, but he's good. It appears we have been killed again. Starling's going to die in this, but yeah, but now GP's dead, and they convert it into Drake because the Kayle DPS is just, yeah, Singed is going to keep out Nami. There's no need to chase Nami. There's no need to chase Nami. There's no, yeah, there we go. Let's go into the Drake. Singed is going to keep her out because he's not needed here. He'll just pressure the mid turret or push the mid wave in so they can collapse into the jungle, but maybe take the wolves. Yeah, you know, maybe someday I'll actually spend the time to learn Singed. Might be worth it. He's a silly dude. I see no incentive for Kayle to walk up here. To deny the jungle camps? Sure. Oh, I see what's going on here. It's just a cookie-cutter Karma build. There's nothing else to it. This is just what they build. Oh, we're not looking at the builds. We're not looking at the builds. The sights are now set onto... Like, Baron is the highest value objective here. Although, we could feasibly also play for bot tier 2 with Kayle. I think Kayle is now strong enough to just fight everybody. So I don't necessarily want my Kayle grouping, unless the intention is to just hard force the Baron, immediately turn on them, and slap them with your wallets. It's like no need for fancy macro. Sticky not looking OP. 13 out of 16, monk ass. Here comes the Singed. Here come the random kills. Now, unless I hope to God they saw Viego and Ornn already. Like, if they saw Ornn on this ward and they saw Viego somewhere, I don't have any problems with that. But I hope they weren't just running blindly into the enemy jungle. Oh, the sticky note. That's what you mean. Yeah, it turned out to be a slopping with your wallets, and I don't know why so much of the enemy team is playing towards bot side control right now, but it's just giving over a free Baron to the Lions. So they're opting to recall so they can sync themselves up. I mean, that sucks for income here, and if I were Sivir, I would, like, be more than happy to just run up here and eat one wave before I recall. Although it's actually Sivir. Okay, now Sivir is way too desynced. We see Veigar, we see Gangplank. Ornn just recalled, presumably. We are shadowing the Kayle, and it looks like... I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. So, they're choosing to push top mid. Or bot mid, rather. The reason I would kind of like top mid is because they've already invested the vision up there. And because if they can... I mean, it's a long shot. If they can successfully crack the inhib, then it leads immediately into Soul, right? The one that they have chosen is less, like, high roll. It's more consistent. It's actually safer. They just have to spend the time getting the vision back, which is obviously not hard when you're this far ahead. They're 10k up. Nami is dead. Okay, yeah, no, when you're this much stronger than your enemy, you can just pick whichever lanes you want, and you can advance the vision line however you want. They haven't even advanced the vision line. Like, there's no vision in that bot side jungle. They just know where everyone is. They're gonna kill them. So, in fact, it looks like this is an imminent Soul play. That was bold. Sorry, an imminent inhib play is what I wanted to say. They're going to get one of the two inhibs. Likely? No? No. Oh, yeah, no, it's just my microphone. Actually, hold on, let me adjust this. Let me adjust this. So my face, my camera, for the longest time has been over a little bit because I used to play with a larger minimap, but I haven't done that in forever now. And so this really should just be here. Like, there's no reason for it to not be here. Insanity Potion cooldown is like 40 seconds now, so Sim's just going to be throwing that out frivolously. Okay, I suppose the death timers were too much to overcome for an actual inhib play. Darian never dies here, unless he greeds for the kills. But now there's a Kayle behind him that I actually wasn't noticing or paying attention to because I'm not watching the map. Whee! 3 people top lane. Kayle is now just going to 4 people top lane, so they're going to kill. Like, they attack bot. Lions attack bot immediately. Veigar actually got out. He knew he was in danger. I really do want them to attack the red buff now. Like, the bot lane is their domain. They get anything they want in bot jungle. Which does include... Yes. That looks like it was a Mantra E, which kind of sucks the karma. Oh my god, the wave killed. The wave actually killed. So that's a clean ace, and Wukong alone should go to the Drake, and everyone else goes mid. No, everyone else goes bot. Crack the bot in him. That's the one that matters. Bot. Ah! Okay, that's not happening. I really wanted this inhib down. This bot lane inhib to lead into the Baron later. Which, I don't even know if the Baron's necessary, to be honest. Like, they're probably just going to kill everyone. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Lions could just walk up under their tower and kill everybody. Like, they're so grossly far ahead. It's just the consistent thing to do to take that inhib and then the Baron. And, yeah. Kale actually might win this. Well, Kale's going to survive it at the very least. Okay, now with Karma's help, there's 4 people here now. Walking back in, gave them time to reinforce their numbers. So Kale loses Flash, Wukong's behind. They seem to know. Yeah, they absolutely know. And if I'm Lions, I'm just running to Wukong's aid immediately. Like, this is always going to be worth fighting if the enemies just kind of approached you. Perfect. We take top inhib. We use Kale ult on the Wukong. Kale's not nearby. Nope, nope. Kills don't matter anymore. You already got them. You got the inhib. You won the inhib. Go, 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 go. Get out. Leave. Go in the top lane. Get out of here.
Never falter.
It is fucking jarring watching other people's gameplay and watching my own gameplay where I do the same fucking thing here. How much people just go for kills. Like, I'm catching myself doing it too. It's just kills. Wait, kill recalled? The inhibitor is more important than the Baron. It's called Insanity Potion. Oh, he's taking the Insanity Potion and now he must murder. I see. Yeah, this Kale is massive. Kale is going to win the game now. I mean, Kale's going to win the game before, but now it's hit, like, beyond critical mass. Do you have items to buy? Okay, Sivir does. Sivir has it. But Sivir's not the one recalling. I didn't check Karma's wards. Like, low-key, actually just force here. That was not worth it. I did not expect Starling to flash. The bonus armor on Singed with Thornmail. Very nice spice. Ooh, that is spicy. Now, Thornmail was obviously the Grievous item that got buffed the most. Like, it has applications outside of a Grievous item again. But I'm hearing talks that, like, Chainsword is low-key significantly better with its A-haste now. This is the end of the game. This can't be anything but the end of the game. Jesus Christ, Kirita. Okay. But imagine if that Kale E killed 3 people with 1 hit. Well, I still think if you're a crit champion, you should be building Mortal if you're going to build one, even though Mortal is kind of, like, stinky. But... oh, I didn't realize the haste was that high. I didn't realize 25 was that hard to get. But no, you're right. Because Cosmic is like 30, right? Beautiful. Oh, now I'm going to lose access to the game again. Well, I'm glad we actually paid attention a lot more, and it's crazy. So, I feel like there was a long period there where they neither forced like they probably wanted to, nor macroed like I wanted to. Cleaver Gang. I'm in the ranged Cleaver Gang. Was this tonight? Oh yeah, these are live games. These are live games. Darian has 1 more to play. We're just gonna wait for his next draft. So they're 2-0 on the night, which means, are these being updated? Yeah, they're being updated in real time. Which means the Lions are now 10-7, and they're about to push for 3rd place. Who are they against now? They have to face SCR. Who is SCR? Oh, it's scorpions. Oh, I see. That might be a funny game. Guys, I'm gonna go get myself a snack. I'm gonna get some food. And then I'll be right back and we can talk about that one. I have messages. Is this Darian? Oh no, he's just giving me the replay file. We don't need it just yet. I'm not gonna turn on my camera just yet, just because I'm just eating a chicken sandwich, that's all. It's tasty. Nah, screw it. We'll talk to each other. I'm not gonna pretend you're all gone. Let's look at this draft again for funsies. This is so bold. Like, honestly, I can't even disagree with the Kale presence. Like, you need a certain amount of coordination to tower dive on 12-10 or 12-11. That, frankly, I don't know for sure that teams in the VAD are going to have. So, then if Kale gets her free scaling, and she's in a position where, honestly, she can kind of stat check you a little bit. Like, especially if you're going to pick Ornn into her. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm watching too many streams. Oh, I hate that. It's so hard to... It scrambles my brain. I've done it a lot, and I hate it when my brain is scrambled. Like, my brain was scrambled today. I just woke up. I woke up exhausted, and I stayed that way all day. So depressing. Oh, that does sound like fun. So, this Sivir must be a comfort thing. I know Becky Rita is more of a mage player than, like, a marksman player. So, at least that's what I've seen from watching. This isn't the first week I've watched Darian's games, it's just the first week I've actually streamed it. Because usually I feel too shitty. Yeah, when I think of Becky Rita's AD carry pool, I immediately think, like, Veigar Varus. Varus isn't a mage, of course, but, like, the kind of caster marksman. It blows because it's on-hit Varus. That's insane right now. I wish the Singed had been better supported by the support pick here. Like, if you're going to pick Sivir anyway, I really, really don't see a reason to not hold your support counter pick. Yeah, I think we've talked about that one at least once, right? I just don't really know what's going on with it, but... Varus just received so many buffs over and over and over. And once he got to the point where his W on hit is 27 damage, like... It's kind of a lot. Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't think Karma's a bad champion. I just don't think Karma is appropriate for here. Like, I'm not high on the engaged champs right now, but, like... Let me think. If it's not just a straight engaged champ, what's going to set up Singed the best? See, because Eagle's bans were good. Except for the Seraphine, like, I don't know. Seraphine does do what you want her to do with the Singed, however... It's not a pick that makes sense with what's been shown already. Like, she works with the Wukong, but you really... You have two magic damage dealers. These two don't step on each other's toes. Both Singed and Kale are sustained magic, so they're more resistant to MR. You throw an actual mage into the mix there too, and they're going to be kind of unhappy though. Zyra's good. I'm looking for something with more like offensive catch potential than Zyra. It's like if not for the Kale, unironically Bard. I think Rakan. No, it's Rakan. It's Rakan. I want Rakan. Hey! Same brain cell. Well, Rakan's lane phase is not very aggressive. Like, Rakan's lane phase is more about short trades and stalling, but, like, Rakan is an initiator. And Rakan gains value from the Wukong that you already have on your comp, because then he has a dive partner who gets things started for him. Because if Rakan can initiate with EW, rather than just actually being the person starting it off, he's way happier. So if there is a universe in which you would actually want to R4 your support here, excuse me. Yeah, I have my water going right here. I've got my new, like, ethereal bottle. Oh, but I hadn't been drinking water when I was feeling worst. Yeah, so just to give as few details as possible, because I don't care to share right now. I had a bad night that made it very difficult to sleep. And by the time I woke up, it had been 23 hours since my last meal. So, 21 maybe, actually. Yeah, something like that. Something bad like that. So, that's a major part of the scrambling. I love drinking, says the child. I cannot fathom the thought process that went behind this Ornn. Except they showed it might be a mid Ornn, and that's exciting. Because then you have Ornn without the bad lane phase here. I don't think Gangplank is like the answer to Kale, though. I mean, Kale seems like the kind of champion who really, really easily contests barrels with her projectile speed. I don't know. Either way, this is much closer to a competent draft from Lions than the last time. So. And I'm glad the Eagles actually found this Veigar. Like, Veigar's so appealing with the Viego. Sort of my other mage options. It's like, Karthus is okay. It's fine. It would actually, it would have pretty okay value here, actually. It would probably be solid. And then what else? Ziggs is not what Viego is looking for. If you wanted a magic damage marksman, Kog'Maw looks astonishingly bad. Yeah, don't pick Kog'Maw here. Okay, so they picked 2 shitty matchups into Kale. Yeah, good. Congrats. I may come off as patronizing here right now. Like, sincerely, it's just... We're having a fun time with it. I don't mean any disrespect to the players. I hope they can, like, understand why they made the mistake they did. And, like, why it was a mistake. And kind of improve from there. Because that is what I want from... like, basically everybody. Like, I don't want to be the guy who just sits here and shit talks everybody. It says like, aha, you're so bad. Like, cause no, they just fucked up. They presumably didn't know, or they just had a limited pool and had to kind of deal with it. But from a draft theory perspective, like, oh god, this was bad. This was a bad rotation. Just... You guys ready for Neela? Oh shoot, do we see Neela tomorrow? We actually might see Neela's kit tomorrow. Ooh. We do know the gist of it. We know about the dodge. We know about... I want the numbers. I want to read... Oh. We have a new one. We have a new draft. Game 3 starting. Sonic, are you any good at melee champs? Like... I don't think I've ever seen you play a melee champ that wasn't, like, a tank. Yeah, oh, sure. Yeah, look, she's got funny, like, slash moves. Why are Lions red side again? Well, just in general. Because, I mean, there's only so many melee AD carries. There's, like, Cho'Gath, there's Yasuo, and then, holy shit, like, here comes, just as I start talking about melee AD carries... Okay, you're gonna fucking love me saying this, and you're never going to let it go, Ewan, but Jax has all the markings of a legitimate melee AD carry. He's just weak because he has a bad mid game afterwards. The lane phase actually makes sense. So there's really only 3 melee AD carries. It's just Yasuo, Cho'Gath, Jax. Seraphine bot is good for Viego, as long as you have damage elsewhere. Which they kind of did. It would have been lockdown. So Viego needs like a number of synergies, right? He needs single target burst, he needs lockdown, and he just needs help, like, get it. Okay, who is on the enemy team where they're banning Master Yi? Is this Zola Bomber? Is he in VAD? Okay. Seraphine would have been good because it would have fulfilled, like, the lockdown conditions, and it would have protected Viego himself to DPS some stuff. Viego, in current state, actually needs, like, a little less damage around him because he's doing more. Like, his Trinity builds are good, his Kraken builds actually have some situations. Only play tanks and Zac. Okay, good luck with Neela then, because... skirmishers. Good god, I'm bad at them. Swain is gone, Aurelia is gone, Aatrox is gone. The other side has been... Oh my fucking god, we're first picking Draven. That's obvious that Darian is going to go immediately back to the Singe. They're just sending their Singed Kale rotation again. So let's see this time if... Okay, so this is going to be now draft... This is... As soon as we see what the Scorpions pick, we know what role should be last picked by the Lions if we're going from that metric. Jesus fucking Christ, they first picked Draven. What do you actually pick into that? Okay, this draft is, like, fully disparate. Fully. It's all over the place. And so now it would make most sense if it's not support here. If it's not support here, we're seeing support R5 guaranteed. Or we should, at least. They're just picking jungle, then Karma. If they pick Sivir into Draven... Like, ugh. That's a flex because I don't know what players play that. It could be Draven Lux. They're just immediately on their first same rotation again. Oh, please don't run back the same comp. It's a different bot lane. It's a very different bot lane. Okay, but do you really want to play like a piss range AD carry into Draven? Like, you want to walk up to that guy? You want to interact with him? Really? That's what you want? So if it's just pure draft theory here, just put a reasonable AD carry into Draven on 4, figure out where the Lux is going, counterpick on 5. don't want to play shit into Draven. Do you take exhaust ever? Like, I'm now coming to realize it's like I know what I would pick Draven into. I mean, you just have to attack Draven. You just have to find something that will be stable until your team can attack Draven. No, you haven't, Minoshi. They've banned Talia Samira. What are they banning Talia for? Okay, and so presumably there's a Warwick top player. Yeah, Rog's her. Who's taking Talia? Are they banning a Talia support? As the CEO of Talia support, that's not very strong anymore. Fuck that Darwin Theory guy. Minoshi! Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. No! No! Oh, no! Fuck, it's the same comp. You don't run this back. You don't run this back. You do not want to run this back. It is bad. Turn to the Draven. Okay. This is just high karma priority. It's really 80 carry last bit. That's total. I think yeah, it's total. But I really do appreciate it, Minoshi. That's very kind of you. I'm an analytical genius. So there's a Kiana now. There's a Kiana, which is confirming the Lux support. Karma's not a bad answer to the support. Or like to the Lux support. Like they have similar range. It's okay. Does anyone hear that through my mic? Is that a raccoon fight? That's not... No, my cats don't go outside like that. That's... What the hell was that? Okay, shit, wait. I don't think that was Anna. I don't think that was Anna, but Anna is technically outside, so I actually should check that out. Yeah, okay, I'll be right back. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, let's boot this up. Oh, and I didn't miss anything here. They're in champ select. Oh, but I didn't turn off a light. Okay, I have to go back down, actually. I have to go turn off a light. I forgot to. Shit. Okay. Okay, so what did I miss? I didn't really process the fact that the set was taken. No, I like the Misfortune Wukong, but again, I fully expect at some point Singed is going to remove somebody from a Misfortunal. They're using Lux as their solo AP. Which is, it's fine. Now, surely Kiana does not beat the Singed, right? Surely, right? Surely. We do have the Darwin Theory Singed. Second game in a row of it. He popped off. So we should definitely be looking at the mid lane for some action. I am concerned that there is a chance that the bot lane just gets run over by an early Draven if they're not very, very careful. And I'm praying that they choose their summoner spells well. Glue will be decided. He's doing Predator, and that's the only thing I can remember from his setup. We'll see it in a moment. We'll check it out. I do like the Kale and the Singed, like, as a magical duo. Darian's always a magnet for mid ganks. Have you seen how he plays? The dude fucking runs up past the river at level 2 on half health. Because the enemy's at a quarter health. Oh, well, I do know he's very likely to be going into Chem Tank. It's Rylai's Rush into Chem Tank, I think, is what he plays. That's one of my favorite login songs, actually. He has Predator Sorcery. Yes! They were very close. I actually do think Heal Exhaust would have been best in this situation, or, like, Cleanse Exhaust. But they do have Exhaust. They did remember to take Exhaust into Draven. That's big. They have a Misfortune who can answer the push, like, reasonably well. They're taking Comet here, so I'm a little worried about, like, the amount of magic damage in the early game, but it shouldn't be enough to incentivize Draven to, like, deviate his build a lot. I can understand the Seeker's angle. I don't think we should be on the Verdant angle. I don't think Verdants can possibly compare to, like, a Negatron Cloak. Especially when Banshees is very situational. And back to Red Fog of War yet again. Wahoo! Darian is a car magnet in the front yard of a retired gun enthusiast. Oh, that's a sentence. I fucking hate Spectator on this patch. Ugh. The Draven has lethal tempo. Yeah, okay, full singed setup is Celerity Water Walking with Predator, Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collection, and that looks like Ingenious Hunter.
Welcome to
Never finish it, it's just slot efficient. I can buy that. I can buy that. It's, I still would prefer Negatron if you're going for the MR angle. Nobody was standing in the bush. They couldn't DPS the Lux. Hi, Beanie. Singed mid, the best mid right now. It's surprisingly effective. Now, I feel like because it's flavor of the month, we will we'd just find like easy counterplay eventually. But it is really, really reliable on gank setup. Just sprints around the map. It's basically like, you know, Bard mid, Janna top, that sort of thing. Your team wants you to pick it up. Okay, do not pick it up before 12-12. You have like 2 or 3 days to know. Check the Predator nerfs. It'll be easy. It'll be easy to tell. Kale gets slapped right away. I mean, like, I'm sure it's not going to be nerfed out of viability. Like, Singed on his own is actually a good champion ever since 12-10. But, you know, honest Singed is not as effective as this, like, hyper gank Singed mid. Yeah, no, they're just talking about Verdant in general. Which I'm... cool. Wait, have we found a champion that actually loses level 1 to Kiana? Oh, they're... This is not how you push a level 2. They're not on the same page at all. They're not ready to go in together. Singed is here. Draven is stepping up. Starling! Oh my god. And then he's just flashed into the Draven, who now has double kill. Exhaust was never spent at any point while Karma was being DPS'd because the Misfortune was just so far back. So somehow, my brain is just fried. I wasn't watching the Singed moving at all. Like, I watched him get ganked, and then I expected him to go back to lane, so I didn't watch him at all. What is Jarvan getting distracted at level 2 for? Look, it's a general rule that you shouldn't really do anything as a level 2 jungler, but Jarvan is, like, the best exception for that. Two kills on Draven versus 2 kills on Wukong. Yeah, I'll take the Draven, unironically. Like, now, thank goodness that this isn't 12-9 Draven. I don't know. I think we'll be singing a different tune as soon as Draven's actually able to cash in his items. Oh, if Darian realized what was happening there, like, that was just the freest kill of his life without this retaliation. Okay, he does get the Kiana in the end, but he just needed to react instantly. There's no time. There's no easy way to just run back in, right? Predictions on Draven's recall items. I mean, surely he. What does he have? Oh my god! Surely he goes Eclipse. So it's gotta be. I mean, does he have magical boots? He does not. Oh fuck! Is he running Treasure Hunter? Yeah, he is. What's happening top lane? Kale Flash. Oh, I'm not watching the junglers. I need to be watching the junglers. Oh, this fucking Wukong path sucks! They're trying to get the shutdown here, but it's just... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, he's done 3 camps at 4 minutes, which means this should be the respawn for second clear. And Jarvan is way better on this level of econ than Wukong is. Yeah, that's the nice part. He did get first blood gold. He did get 2 treasure hunter stacks. Oh my god, he built Noon Quiver. Hmm. Do not tank. Oh, Misfortune did not need to tank aggro there. Just wasn't necessary. Are you gonna finish that? Misfortune doesn't need any help here. Yeah, a 5-minute Noon Quiver is a big deal, but at the same time, it's shield bow driven. So stressful to play. This could be their first loss of the night, which would suck because this is Scorpions. Well, Starling's pathing was solid in game 2, but in game 1 it was really scuffed. So I'm not sure that he's got everything worked out perfectly in what he's supposed to be doing. Like, he wants some kills. If Kayle survives, I mean, she's going to survive. She'll die at most once. No, it would have to be Lux, and that's the support who wouldn't be able to. In a side lane, no, nobody can match her. However, I think in the context of this comp, Kayle should never side lane. I see the set Jarvan, Qiyana, and like if there's no point answering to Kayle, then okay. When you see an enemy split pusher, right, your immediate first answer is, can I just engage on the floor, like while they're setting up? And if the answer is yes, and it's consistent, and Kayle doesn't have TP up, you just do it like 10 out of 10 times. And in that sense, like if Kayle was seen in the side lane, Jarvan, Qiyana, Set, they're all very effective at answering it like that. So like Lions would have to be really, really careful to set up a Kayle side lane situation. And Kayle isn't bound to the side lane. I think she's very, very effective against the Qiyana in terms of like grouping. Yeah, Karma just wanders up into the river when they have no prio. Oh my god, is that the entire... No, don't tell me that's the entire reason they picked Qiyana, right? Just that E interaction? Fling into E out? I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, I don't know what he thought. So, grounding doesn't stop Jarvan from EQing. I'm the guy who always eats extra tower shots. Just take a slower path. Okay, watch the junglers here. Wukong will be pathing up. I mean, I actually think he should... He doesn't have a Caulfield's in base right now. Oh. Oh no. Is he just going steel caps? But he just based for a ruby crystal. That's not worth. It's not worth it. He could have just pathed easily. Because I'm concerned now that if we're watching Kayle in this push, right? Kayle has no flash. We're not tracking Jarvan, or at least I'm not tracking Jarvan. Wukong needs to be top lane as soon as possible to shadow the Kayle and make sure this wave gets crashed in. Because look, now, like, if this stays here... yeah, look, if Wukong hadn't based, he'd be done his camps by now. He'd be here to shadow, and then Kayle wouldn't be in this, like, catastrophic situation with no TP. Now, I still don't know where Jarvan is. Have we seen the interaction? We don't need to. Neither of his abilities are a dash, so they don't get locked out. I'm not sure that's worth it. Isn't Draven killing here? Oh, not if he misses. Oh my god. Well, Poggers. In the meantime, Qiyana is still top lane. Jarvan is here. They're trying to 2v3, which is going to be very hard. Kayle lands her ultimate here, but this looks doomed. This looks doomed for Lions. Wow, they actually trade one back. Jarvan needs a tower shot. How is that catastrophic? Because it's a freeze. Because if the lane is maintained in that state and Kayle is being pressured by the enemy team, then she can never farm. And it's not enough for Kayle to just hit level 16. She needs her items too. See, like in this position, she's not strong enough to actually fight off the set just yet. Actually, am I wrong? I might be wrong. Oh, she wins this now. I was wrong, yeah. Damn. Kayle stat checking. No, not Kiana's not the threat. Jarvan is. We didn't know where Jarvan was, and sure enough, he did end up there. So we see Jarvan restarting his clear, and I wasn't tracking his CS enough to know if he just went like Krugs up. We have a dragon spawning in a minute, which they're working to contest here. They're working to get control over this. Jarvan, I mean, I would not want to just attack this. Yep. Okay. Well, don't forget that it also happened earlier, like before Kayle had a few extra levels under her belt. I have no idea how to predict what's about to happen here. Well, that wasn't even on my radar. I just see the Singed running around, and I'm like, I can't forecast any fights with you in them. Like, I don't know who wins. Oh my god, Kiana's dead. Oh my god. And it goes to Kayle too. Now, Kayle, I don't know when Kayle came down. I wasn't watching. I wasn't paying attention. She's TP'd top to mitigate losses. She's maintaining 20 CS down. This is fucking incredible from Jarvan. I'm actually surprised that Fling didn't take him over his own wall. I feel like most times Jarvan should die for that. Must have been some like angle on the Fling that prevented him from getting out. Now, what's the wave state looking like down bot lane? Pretty shit, actually. Kayle wins this. Well, not if she doesn't ult before Set presses his fucking E. But... Damn it. A little delayed on that one. Okay, so now the bot lane has just shoved in. I mean, like, Wukong's getting DPS'd by Claude Drake, right? It's going over to them. Jarvan has a Herald that's about to crash up top lane. But that doesn't mean the lane phase is over. Because remember, top tier 1 going down does not end lane phase. The bot lane shouldn't have been participating in this at all. 1 kill is not worth 2 plates. You rejected positive physical trauma. So, the one bad thing, like one of the really bad things that Scorpions has for them is the fact that their only mage, like the only source of magic damage on their team, which is Lux, is on a support budget and very far behind. So, it's an all-in-all disaster for them, because Wukong is going to be stupid tanky against this team. Kale's arm guard is getting value. It's not as many like damning armor options, but it's not going to be super pleasant. What is the next move? This is the point of the game where I always get just so screwed up. Like we're still okay. No. We don't need to overcomplicate this. We're still bound through laning dynamics. I can't imagine this working out well for Jarvan. We have everybody up here. Okay, so I didn't notice the bot lane moving because I was not watching the map at all, but this should, in theory, cause tier 1 bot to fall. And then there's tier 1 mid as well. Like, no kills are worth that. So Set's going to die. They barely saved their turret here. It looks to me like tier 1 bot is going to survive because I feel like Draven's going to recognize the people coming after him. Okay, so they did save their turrets. We're bound by laning dynamics. Kale is just waiting for the wave to come in. Maybe they actually play for a freeze. I wonder if they actually play for... Oh, wait. Is that not a freeze coming in? Oh, it's actually pushing away from Kale, so I don't know why the hell she's hitting Krugs right now. Kale's about to lose so much farm.
Never falter.
Moonplate demonic. The fucking singed experts are out with their funny builds. Well, think about how many plates the blue team got. They have plates, they have structures. And they have farm. Like, there's a farm lead on Jarvan, because the Wukong pathing has been very inefficient. There's a farm lead on Kale, which is, you know, it's closing. Kiana's in the dumpster. What? Oh, winged moonplates? Oh, I forgot that's even what the item is called. No, but he is going to be going... Chem tank. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, because you're exactly right, Minoshi. These kills are meaningless. There goes tier 1, which is like the most valuable structure in the early game. So woohoo, guys, we're getting kills. Woohoo! Oh, that was really close. I think Kale could have justified flashing for that. Just because she is Kale and we care about her income. But I respect the restraints. It looks like it's a turret trade. Takes a shot for Bomby Cinder. Oh dear. Do you have exhaust? No, you don't have exhaust, and you just flashed into Draven. Okay. We just gave over a fuck ton of gold to Draven. To the point that the game is actually even. Yeah, that's worth killing the 0-4 Lux over. Killed. You see every fucking time, guys. Every time. We've seen it in all 3 games. If the only thing we're doing is going for kills, game is fucked. It is Kraken Draven. Wowza. I think this is a great time to role swap, or to lane swap Misfortune into mid. I didn't call out the fact that we're going to need to play for a Herald defense soon. Because I didn't notice second Herald taken. Oh, it's doomed. Kale's here. Kale TP'd in. I didn't see the TP thanks to the fog bug, but she's here. Okay. The kill TP salvaged it. It's going to result in sets getting some pretty significant tier 2 damage. I think it's worth trading your tier 2 for a Hextech Drake and a Kale double kill. It's going to put a lot of gold into Set's pocket. Just tier 2 side is probably the best mid game turret. So kill for kill XP Luigi ladder. He's TPing. He's TPing. Oh my goodness. Okay, Lux's damage is actually real now. Yeah, yeah. Darian's getting good at Singed. He's put a decent amount of time into the champion now. You'd love to see it. It's also kind of just a funny meme. Singed is a funny man. So with that, Scorpions now have every turret, every tier 1 turret. We're flashing that? Yeah, it's like you don't want Set to be fed, but it's like if you're giving Set 500, if you're giving Set 500 gold, it's obviously not good. It's not good giving anybody 500 gold. You have to be concerned, but you don't have to be scared. And when the Set is this far behind, and you're getting the best individual Drake in the game, like you're trading up. I think. I haven't, like, solidified my material list. Wait. Oh, this is happening. Oh, dear. Okay. If they play for the fight, there's a chance they can do something here. So they're trying to get some value back. They're trying to prevent Scorpions from making a clean escape. They did, in fact, pull the Jarvan. There's an extra fling up. Okay. That's pretty significant. So just the bot lane, and Qiyana has Baron now. And it does mean that Lions don't have to play entirely on the back foot. Now please tap your ultimate. Oh, the reaction time is just... It's a Tryndamere. It's a Tryndamere. He does walk on the water. I can agree with the tenacity. He has no Merc Treads. He has no tenacity of any kind. It's only Lux, but Lux is like the thing that's going to screw him over. Okay, so with the position of everyone's waves, the fact that Lions have this top wave in is very good. They should be able to get control of mid again. They're down in gold. They're actually down in gold. Draven is so goddamn strong. And Qiyana has items. Kiana's gotten shutdowns. She's not weak. AD carry solo mission goes according to plan, I think. This is not a dead Qiyana, is it? Unless Wukong is committing to the dot. Okay, yeah, I didn't notice that he would take 0 damage from turrets. Whoops, that doesn't reflect well on my game sense. Dravenar is down. Tower is spawning. It's time for Kayle to answer sets. It's time for Kayle to answer sets. Okay. Here's how this is going to go. Because blue team has absolutely nothing that can solo threaten Kayle in the side lane, it is okay if they lose tier 3 for Dragon, but it is not okay if they lose Inhib. They're late. Trading tier 3 was okay. This is... you guys, come on. Guys, that was so preventable. Every time Darian gets Qiyana ulted, I think he's just like... He's so pleased with himself. He's giggling in his little chair. He's making a call out where he literally just says the words gay sex, and that is somehow funny and informative. That's what's happening every time Qiyana ults him. And if you question why he says why he's doing it, he just says it's Pride Month. That was a abrupt Jarvan. That's a lot of gold, guys! Kayle cleans everything up, but I really, really, really wish he had ulted the Singed. Oh, it's not up. Never mind. Oh, it's a... Just checking. was a catastrophic throw. Every time they find, like, some real advantage, they just give the enemy just as much gold back. So it's like, their only advantage is material. But now the enemy has a downed inhib, setting up for Baron. He needs more entry frag items. Yeah, no, I can buy that. Abyssal Mask. I don't know. The enemy team's not really incentivized to just stack MR. I was singing the praises of Abyssal Mask before, but it's not the time for it. Yeah. I don't think that saves Cinch's life. Set, oh my god, we're really... Oh, we're pulling him in. Okay. The 80 carry is alive. If Darwin commits, then Kale kills him. Karma's getting caught by running to this. Kale's running away, actually. Oh, that was not... Not great. Needless to say. So, this is expected to be a Scorpion's Baron, then. It's such a disaster. Jimmy! That's not the tone of voice I intended to use. Whatever, I got swept. Thank you so much for the raid. The Jack Boxers are here. It is very good to see you. Very good to see you all. Thanks, Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. That's how it be. This game is actually looking progressively more fucked for dragons. Okay, I feel like it's gonna come down to this Hex Soul. If dragons can secure Hex Soul, then I think that bridges the gap and helps Kale to scale, and as long as the bot lane doesn't just throw their lives away, Kale and Singed will carry this game. Wukong has everything he needs. Misfortune actually does real damage. Like, it's still looking reasonably good for Lions, but one more throw at the worst opportunity is just going to... I feel like it's just going to put them on the back foot for too long. Right. So... Like, you can never discount the Kale scaling. Set is pretty useless. But he's the only one who's pretty useless. He can't ult while he's on that. He can't ult while he's rooted. Okay. Assuming Starling survives this at least for a while. He got the other ult off. Okay, it looks like it should be a win for Lions here. Just randomly find the most useless member of the team. Darian soaking up all of Draven's attention. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's a real argument. I would like to see Kale immediately book it to the bot lane. I don't think they need to spend this many resources on the dragon. The Lions, of course, yeah. Okay, for those of you who just came in on the raid, hi, I'm Quinn. Most of you know me by now. This is a tournament match, actually. Our friend Darian is playing in the Victorious Amateur Drafts, which is, you sign up as an individual, you get drafted to a team, you play like a 7-8 week league to try to make playoffs. So the team that we're following is on red side. It's on the right of your screen. They're the Lions. They're playing against the Scorpions on blue. Now, they did just secure Hex Soul, and they did just get their Kale. Like, Kale's level 16, 17 now. So they have prevented their fatal throw. That was like the one moment where they really, really, really could have thrown the game. And they skipped it, so it's looking pretty good for them. The only way they can lose now is just somebody getting caught and kills, like, pushing up too fast. Which is not going to happen here. No. So now as they're yeah, okay. They shouldn't lose this game. Do you see how insane shutdowns are, though, guys? It is 19 to 37 on kills, and the blue team has the same amount of gold. That was certainly a play. Singed is taking the Hex Gates back in, right? Guys, I promise you, you can push it a little bit harder than this during your death timers. That is a good point. However, you do still have to consider the fact that, like, an even Draven... Like, if Draven's team is even, Draven can still be disgustingly strong. Okay, so we're all... It's decent bases. So those kills meant nothing. The kills bot lane ultimately meant nothing. Since... I'm going to come up with a metric here. I think since Baron is 2 minutes away, and not longer, I think that means it's top mid. Otherwise, it would be mid bot. I think that's probably the way we would go about thinking of it. Goodbye, Set. Apparently, they were threatened by the Draven. Yeah, no, Minoshi, your point sounds close to real. Like, it's close. You're not super far off base, but... It's close to the truth. I just wouldn't phrase it that way. Well, potential income is a thing, too. Like, Draven has cashed out a lot this game. Like, you can look at the team gold being even, but, like, I just like to direct your attention to the number of items that Draven has. Like, Draven is going to hit like a truck. Draven is terrifying here. Doesn't matter what the team around him looks like. Draven himself fucking hurts. So, yes, while Scorpions are currently losing the game despite even gold, it's not because of Draven's mechanics. It's not because of Draven's, like, gold acceleration. That's the guy you want. Beautiful. So Draven's gonna die here, and this should secure an inhib. Oh, what the hell's going on back here, though? It's not gonna secure the mid inhib, I can tell you that much. Run. If they should run bot. They should run bot. Yeah, tier 3 doesn't mean anything because Kale can always answer them. Okay, so they have chosen to get the Baron instead. It's just a dub now, right? Baron, Hextech Soul, Elder spawning in a minute and a half, easy access to the inhibs. Singed no flash, but everyone else has it. Oh, no Karma though. Medjai's online. Yeah. What's Kill building as her last item? Is that Cosmic? Low-key. Well, I don't know why. It doesn't hurt for Misfortune to get it. I actually wouldn't have minded everybody just brute forcing into the enemy jungle with Hex Gates. They're running it down mid of all lanes. Probably just because that's where their wave was. They're not finding a lot of success on the siege, so do not... Okay. So Misfortune was kept alive right away. It's actually, like, not a bad engage. The combo was kind of sexy. But all of Draven's attention is on Singed. And now he's really chunked. Ah, it's over. They've won the game. 3-0 weak from the Lions, but that was... exceptionally sloppy. Thank God we drafted Kale to get the ADC out of jail free every. Oh my goodness, guys. Never have I seen a team that scales this well with that level of advantage. Like, actually be threatened with a loss. Is it really? I didn't even catch that. No, he stole Swain's and he stole Kale's. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. Okay. There's Darian. He won every game. He won all of his games. That's kind of awesome. Congratulations to him. I'm gonna keep bullying. What's up, guys? Yes, they should. Yeah. Now, I was very, very intentionally not looking at everybody's item builds. I just said, like, oh, number of items, wow. Because if I did, then I would get distracted from the gameplay to just talk about itemization again, and yeah, like, we don't want me stuck on itemization for the entire night. I wonder if we can bring Darian in here. I don't know if he's still talking to his team, though. Like, that's the problem. Oh, no, they've definitely disbanded. I'm pulling him in. Come here, idiot.
Oh, good timing. I was just telling you in your chat that
What's up, buddy?
Guys, I promise we will ban Swain, and he will have no other champions to pick.
Okay, why did you first pick Swain? Like, R1, game 1? Like,
I don't know. I think my team was like, oh, Swain's really broken. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but like, when you counterpick with him... I don't know. I think that was a very early start. Was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pick Swain. I'm like, but you talk over every draft decision for so long. This is the one you rush? This is the one you were willing to talk about picking an early kill against an Ornn one trick for 30 seconds. But you'll just pick the Swain like that, yeah. That was cool. Overall, though, very, very happy with like just how hard we won draft every single game.
Did you win draft every single game?
On raw power. Literally
two,
on raw power.
Oh yeah, just your champions were better.
like Kale, Wukong, Karma. Like
yeah, I don't know. I did not like the Karma pick in game 2.
Game 2 was the what was she against?
Well, actually, technically, I didn't like the Karma pick in game 3 for the same reasons, but I mean, it's fine in deluxe. We saw the matchup that time, so it was a blind Karma, and I'm here thinking like, okay, if we're playing around Singed and we have double magic, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't we rather have something that sets up the Singed a little better? And even so, like, wouldn't it be just better to take our support counterpick on 5? Either way.
Yeah, the Star even commented on the fact that we were leaving ADC for 5.
Which, you know, certain ADCs are really good on 5. Like, you can find Dravens on 5. You can find, like, random nonsense on 5. Like, you can find Samira's on 5. Right.
There's some chat cams and Mesh Eyes, man. Yeah, I don't remember if I built Mesh Eyes in the Swain game, but my both Singed games, I built Mesh Eyes. That was pretty fun.
I mean, like, yeah, Karma's not bad. Karma's not bad in that situation.
Oh, Cam, don't talk to me about that kill, man. He took 1 tower shot for some reason. To be fair, once he took 1 tower shot, I should have said, like, okay, that's fine. I'll take most of his health and leave. But, like... Ooh, that was close,
your entire team spent 3 games just fucking tower diving for nonsense.
When we pick Singed Wukong every game, though, like, that's kind of the name of the game. Well, no, that's, like, such a, like...
They weren't even kills, though! Like...
Yeah, they're just stupid kills, but, like, we were allowed to get the stupid kills more than the average team comp would be, because we have a champ that stacks 1 million armor, and a champ that also stacks a good bit of armor and CCs them forever.
So, I want you to predict what your gold lead was in game 3 for most of it.
Oh, fuck. It wasn't as high as you would think, I don't think. Like, that was definitely the game we felt actually threatened. That was the only game where we ever felt actually threatened. And to be fair, that was just because the Draven got monstrously fed, and then Jarvan kept like finding picks out of nowhere. I remember I was like, "Ooh, I will push top lane," and then I hear Becky Rita say, "Oh, I'm dead." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "A Jarvan killing spree." I'm like, but no, I would expect like at some points it went up very high, but for most of the game it was probably under like 4 or 5K.
You were down gold at certain points.
Really?
Yeah. With that kill lead, you
Wow,
were
I didn't
down
expect
gold.
that. Wow.
You were 1k down.
That's fucking crazy. What?
The sheer number of shutdowns and plates funneled into everybody because all you did was chase kills for so much of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I was happy with... Dude, that was like the first game... That's funny because fun fact, by the way, to everyone watching. I didn't... I played a lot of the Singed mid, but I didn't entirely figure it out before tonight. Because my farm was always like 4 a minute. And then apparently I just like figured out how to CS on the champ at the last minute. Because I was like, oh, wait. This time if I run to side lanes, my team won't just kill themselves like a million times. It'll happen once or twice. But it meant that I could get like 7, 8 farm a minute, which is revoltingly strong on that champion. That's why I'm so big on this pick, by the way. And why I think, unfortunately, Singed is going to be nerfed and the strat's going to be weaker, but actually still be viable. Because the champ scales incredibly well and benefited really hard from the durability update. So when you're able to, like, still get that late game, like, he was really explosive early game. And he scaled really well. And now he's going to be, like, kind of pretty explosive early game. And scale really well. He's still going to be able to just randomly kill you in lane if you're ever near his tower. Like, that gangplank kill should have been a kill. I should have been able to do it to Kiana, too, if I positioned better in the lane. The champ's explosiveness is just off the charts.
Yeah, we had Beanie in here earlier asking if, like, you know, should I learn this? Is it worth it? Like,
I don't think this is a passing fad. I think that if they nerf this again, and like 2 or 3 more times, as Riot tends to do, then it'll be a passing fad. I think these nerfs take it from like a turbo OP, like one of the best mids in the game, to just a pretty good one.
What do you mean?
I ironically think Singed mid is S tier right now.
What do you mean with the methyl cellulose maneuver?
Oh my god! The worst pays heroics. The stickiness stratagem, yo! Also, yeah, kill Singed. Like, wow. Because the thing is, I heard you in like the game 2 draft or whatever be like, oh, but Singed is gonna gank for Kale. And you'll notice that I don't think I went top a single time between those two games.
You literally
the point, because the idea behind Singed mid anyways, is that like, yeah, if they're playing like Gangplank or Kale, you can go top. But really, you just want to roam bot and then smash the enemy jungler's brain in. You don't actually care about top lane that much. So that's why I'm fine picking it with the scaling top. I would be way less comfortable picking Singed mid with like an Ezreal Yuumi.
Well, I mean, like so the two of them complement each other decently in terms of damage. They're both sustained magic, right? They're both resistant to MR. So.
Yeah, that's the only real flaw with the pairing, which at the same time, a lot of tank tops give Kale the space she needs, and then when she's like Riftmaker level 16, I think that MR weakness doesn't matter, especially if we have a decently fed bruiser AD jungle or AD carry marksman. If they pick a beefy ass jungle tank, then it gets kind of scary. It's just they don't want to pick like some top tank that just gives Kale all the room in the world. Maybe they pick Sej top. That would be a good counter as well.
I
just obliterate Kale.
I cannot believe they picked Ornn into Kale.
It's funny because you were like, "Oh, it's the Ornn mid." I'm like, "Yo, this is Feathers and Fur." We literally, the league nicknamed this guy Feathers and Ornn. Like, he's gonna play it. I'm sorry, I love Feathers and Fur, but if that guy tried to play Gangplank, I don't care about the matchups. He's going like 0-20.
Well, Gangplank's also not a good matchup in Kale. Like,
oh yeah, I guess. I mean, he's good at preventing himself from being dove if you're good at him, but he's still not like the best pressure champ at all.
Well, Kale's projectile speed is so insane that she never loses the barrel fight.
Yeah. Also, what were these Talia Samira bands?
I don't.
What was the deal there?
Don't ask. I don't know. I can't explain.
That makes
I cannot explain.
no sense.
But I do really, really need to point out, holy shit, you guys did not respect them at all. In the early game, you just gave over a shit ton of objectives, and it's just, or not structures. You gave over a shit ton of structures. played
Yeah,
for
the sets-
kills more than macro in certain points. Like there were points of that game where I felt like you could push it harder, but I think you were like kind of scared. And like critically, if you died like a minute and a half before your soul point spawned, I think that was actually like a crucial moment where you unironically could have thrown despite having an end game kill.
Oh yeah, that was Sivir died. Yeah.
No, that's game 3 I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think Sivir died like
So
right
Sivir
before
in that
Soul,
game.
no? Oh, fucking
You just
would have
played-
been misfortune then, I guess.
Well, no one did die, but that was the one where you just randomly found the set pick and then ran everyone down mid lane and then got your soul. All right.
Oh yeah,
So had that not happened, like that's when I was really concerned for you guys because I'm like, well, the gold actually really favors Scorpions here. Like it's even. But yes, Lions have like giga scaling. They have singed kale, right? Yes, they're on soul point. If they don't get that soul though, Draven has such a crazy window to carry the game here. Like.
Yeah, also I only had one good opening on to Draven. Technically, my last team fight on Draven was decent. Fun fact about that, by the way. As like that team fight was brewing and we were kind of in the setup phases, like 5 or 10 seconds before the proper fight, my phone went off. My girlfriend was calling me, and she had been texting me earlier talking about like something important, so I was like, oh fuck, this is the something important, and she's gonna rip my head off if I don't answer. So I muted my mic, I opened my FaceTime, and I was FaceTiming her while I was doing that fight, which is why I flung Draven in the opposite direction and then just like ran it down into him.
No.
Like it worked, but it's really funny
he
how
he was hitting you the whole time instead of your teammates.
Exactly. Like I did like 2/3 of his health, and then he just spent all of his time on me, and then Kale just got to Quadra. Also, Becky Rita is a goddamn criminal thief, man.
Chat was talking about that, like 2 pentakills stolen.
Man, I'm not pleased in the slightest.
So, I think game 2 is one where I really didn't flame anyone too hard. You know, because again, someone can clip this and send it to Lions even. Like, the intention of this stream was obviously not actually to flame people, despite what the title says. The intention was to, you know, we're just watching, we're supporting the homie in the games. We're watching some League of Legends. I'm practicing my macro muscles. We're kind of just seeing how things go, and we're gonna kind of, you know, we're gonna giggle about some misplays. Like it is what it is. Nothing against anybody.
Yeah.
Everyone's like everyone's here trying to improve. Right?
Of course.
I don't think chat was too mean either. Like we just we didn't say anything harsh.
Dude, I speaking of chat, by the way, you guys are awesome. You guys are
Epoxy
geniuses.
expertise.
I love
You have some
mucilage machination.
Yeah, we were here just to flame Darian. That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Which I really had to like turn off the int thrusters. Although I do find it funny, by the way, the Swain game, I like go like 1-1. I forget what my first death was. My second death, I try and my first death was I tried to dive Udyr, which was a total throw. By the way, that guy was so fucking tanky with just a bomb use. Second kill, I ran into Udyr again. Oops. But then, like, 2 just completely random ints, followed by a hard carry. Then the second singed game, try and tower dive gangplank at the beginning, completely fail miserably and die. 0-1-1, like 0-1-1, and then no more deaths for the rest of the game, and just like hard carry. But like the third game definitely had a few more deaths in it. I just love that the first and second game were like monumental throws, and then I was like, wait, I have to play the game now. I did watch back between games 1 and 2, and I heard you talking about the Demon Helm, the double Demon Helm, and I actually did fill in my top laner on that, because I don't think either of us realized that you can't stack that turn.
Yeah, and I just said because Mordekaiser had it first, and everybody in the game did magic damage. Like Fawn Singed would have been insane, no?
Yeah. I guess I definitely am like, ooh, fun synergy with my champion, but like, wait, no, sorry, this was the Swain game. Fawn Swain though would have also been good.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
But funny enough, same principle applies, because I was so caught up about like, oh, this is so funny with my champion, it gives me like 100 AP and then I burn their tanks. Which, yeah, I was gonna go Moonstone that game, and then I looked at their comp and I was like, wait. So I could go like this off support build, or I could just like Conqueror Leandries and watch the stonks rise.
So who was the enemy? Actually, I can just pull up your draft again. One sec. Here it is. Okay, so the enemy had an Ornn in game 1, right?
Yeah.
I thought Ornn found the first Abyssal Mask angle that I've seen since the buffs. He was even building it, and I'm like, oh my god, look at him. And then this Ornn builds
into
Spirit Visage.
with like Nami as his only healer.
And you guys had a putrefier, and I'm like, oh, no way you have a putrefier here.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that female farts was
You don't
just.
have to say his name.
Yeah, I noticed that female fart was just exclusively building like Shirelias and a putrefier every game, and it's like, okay, I appreciate the Shirelias because my champs are broken with it, but like, maybe think a little harder about the second item.
Putrefier
On the Udyr Cassio healing.
No,
really
it's Cassio. Like, okay, we're not building anti-heal for turtle stance, right? Pogs on us.
Surely we are not.
Yeah. Game 2, I think I talked through your jungler's pathing a lot. Like, I think I don't remember what I said in Game 2. Maybe you watch back Game 2 first, just to see if I say something like fucking stupid at some point. But if it's not stupid, maybe actually send Game 2 to your teammates.
Maybe, yeah. I do think it would definitely help. Also, I don't know if you felt the same way watching the game as I did playing it, but like, holy fuck, I was just like, please gank mid. Please, he's at my tower, he has no flash. Please, 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 please. You can farm like 5 kills by 3 minutes on this champion.
I mean, I
like,
did,
I'll just flash pretty well.
I saw windows where he did gank mid. I mean, yeah, Starling had a few moments where it's just like the places he was were a little off, but I mean, we can't really hold it against everyone.
Yeah, very good. Again, my only complaint was that he was taking other options instead of relying on just ganking mid over and over, even though I think ganking mid would have worked and freed me up to then, like, impact bot, but, like, it worked. I definitely can't be upset at how it went. And even in the moment, I was like, oh, please gank me, please gank me. And in the back of my head, I was like, okay, but he's just like, he is playing the game. He is doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and it's not like just investing kills into our Singed is going to be what wins us the game. All right, you're low key kind of a support.
Yeah.
I mean, so is Sivir, but I hate that champion so much.
Sivir?
That mid-scope update cannot come soon enough. Sivir is so bad. Granted, you guys, if Sivir were a good champion, you did pick her in the right spot in Game 1.
Felt like a pretty good chance. Although it was funny, because we were like, ooh, they have 2 tanks, we will pick Sivir, and then she will not be able to auto the backline anyways, so we will just play poke Sivir. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that one off stream later if we want to, but it's all good. You guys won the game. So you guys won 3 in a row. You guys are 11-7 now. How many teams make playoffs?
I think it was only like the top 1 or maybe the top 2.
That doesn't make sense for it to be top 1. Let's see the playoff bracket.
Well, because I know there's that one team. Yeah, see, like Hornets is just fucking ridiculously ahead of the competition.
Okay, it's top. Oh no, it should be top 4. Yeah, it's top 4.
Oh, wait, sorry, I'm saying like the ones that have already made playoffs. I thought that was what you were asking.
Oh no, I'm asking how many teams do make playoffs.
Oh, yeah, that's the top 4 from each group, I think.
Okay, so in that case, yeah, you're very close to locked in.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah, you have to have a good week next week, because you just have to make sure that dragons don't take over again.
Yeah, I don't know how the tiebreaker works with dragons now, because I think we're 1-1 in our head-to-head.
Lions Nocturnals. No, okay, Lions Nocturnals. I mean, your group is pretty even, right? So it's Lions Nocturnals, Lions Hornets. And
oh my god.
Lions Dragons one more time. So that Lions Dragons match is going to matter a lot, because if you guys lose to both Hornets and Nocturnals, which is possible, then Dragons could end up with Dragons could end up with the same number of wins as you, and then it just matters who wins that game.
Oh god. Okay. Wow. Okay. Next week's gonna be super fucking cringe, but
next week's important.
Yeah, that just means next week all of this stuff comes to fruition. Of course, next week they'll have nerfed Singed mid, which is unfortunate, but I'll get some games in to make sure that's not dead. I really don't think it is. I don't think this is enough to kill the pick. It's funny because like we force out so many bans on like niche champions that are really, really strong in their niche, like Singed mid, like kill mid. Like kill mid's strong as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Like you can't just be 1 kill. I mean, no, I think.
I mean, unless you're really cringe and you really have faith in the ability of teams to fail tower dives.
Exactly. Yeah. Now that towers are buffed again, I don't think you can just be 1 kill. And like Swain, you shouldn't be able to do what we did with Swain in game 1. And like they're just banning an Aatrox, who like we can't just again. There are these champs that we can't really reliably pick super early in draft unless we know we're against teams that can't counterpick it, like we were in games 2 and 3 today. Which, by the way, yeah, we very intentionally picked those so early because we knew we weren't really liable to counterpicks from the pools of the enemy players. But it means that they're like forced to throw away so many bans on these fucking niche picks like Aatrox, Swain, Singed, Kale, that then we just get like ridiculously OP junglers uncontested for no reason. Or like, oh no, I don't get to play a funny mid champ. What if I just played a good one like Zillion or Victor?
It is.
That would be crazy.
It is absolutely wild that there's so little Zeri priority.
Just nobody can play her. Like she's really good. Becky played his first Zeri game in a practice last week, and it actually did go pretty well because the champ is just obscene right now. But like, we need a bit more experience before we're willing to bust that one out. That's for sure.
So we're just fielding questions from chat, like just to wrap this up before, because I had a good time, but I'm like I need to get myself off camera. I'm fucking drained.
The top either bot laner plays Swain. I don't think my top laner plays Swain. Becky Rita probably plays Swain.
Sonic's trying to figure out if Swain can be early picked on a flex, and I think just because of his style, you can't. Like,
yeah, that's the problem. You don't.
It's not
Swain is not.
Like,
yeah. The reason you can't pick Swain super early isn't because he loses a lot of one-on-one matchups. It's because he can be compositionally countered really easily. If you pick like Lux Caitlyn, if I pick Swain mid and the enemy team picks Lux Caitlyn bot, like my life just got a million times harder without my lane matchup being affected in the slightest.
Yeah.
So and if that Swain were bot lane or top lane, it would still be equally as true. So that's I think more the issue with that champ. Then what else? Is there any other questions going on?
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, Ricochet has a cool quick play. Ricochet does not interact with quick plates. What the fuck?
If it
the
does,
item is
horrible,
but...
wait a minute, and if Sivir's getting more range in her mid scope,
that's not very cool. Wow,
that's very cool. What are you talking about?
That's really silly. Well,
okay.
Very exciting. I think our team has made massive strides forwards the last 2 weeks. I think we've gone 6-0 the last 2 weeks, which is really nice.
I like hanging out with you guys. I like spectating games. We probably do this again next week. Do the Operation Flame Darwin Theory. How do heal shield power? Yeah, I saw you guys talking about that one. How do they all interact? Like, I don't know how Spirit Visage interacts with it all, but it's very simple, right? Heal shield power is applied to your ability value, right? So you just have, you got 20% heal shield power, you have your value of the heal, you have your boosted value of the heal, right? That's outgoing healing. Then the guy receiving the heal is affected by grievous wounds, so that takes that value and cuts it by the grievous wounds value, right? Right. I don't know how Spirit Visage interacts with all of that. I don't know when it applies, but information. I mean, we can manually test that at some point. Okay, last thing. If Neela does in fact come out tomorrow, then we will start planning PvE night immediately. It will most likely be. Are you free Thursday, Darian?
The night of my exam? No, I can't say.
Right, that is the night of your exam. Is that a 7 p.m.?
I think so. It's. I think later in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's either Thursday or Friday where we're doing our PvE night for Neela. So we'll figure that one out. Probably 2 of them, actually. We might do 2 PvE nights. One for like a 5-stack, one for the 10-stack. Who knows?
We'll
figure that one out. Either way, I'm done. I'll see you all later. Probably playing Ruined King tomorrow. Who knows? Okay.
Be there or be cubic.
Cool. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Don't forget to love yourselves, respect each other, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.